the divisional qualifiers that's happening all throughout the month.
And today we will be having our final and also the second day of our NAEU into the prize pool.
Yep, that is a lot of zeros here. Again, the prize this entire game. So we did talk about it yesterday. It was team
actually pre-interview portion. If you guys have been also following on X, how this team,
each and every one of you that is joining us now, wherever you are in the world, whether it be Day2, Mocha, QingH, WK.
Yes, as we move into B4U side, very familiar faces. We have Green
headed towards Ever Sleeping Town.
Yeah, and Ever Sleeping.
But as I was thinking about this matchup, any of these characters can have our Goatman. Ajax here has free reign over the 11 air. So we're going to find out in just a bit how this matchup is going to be.
Right, hitting straight for the Puppeteer. The only person that I believe Sprintzer might potentially go for as well. Now Logi is at the center, just decoding straight away. They know, they understand that they must decode that center cipher, pop it as soon as possible to prevent a 3 cipher situation at the half of the map. So Ajax still in the vicinity and knowing that the hunter is really nearby will be Ostracon here.
Wow, okay, so a 70% scare already on the side of Puppeteer. Let's see if he's going to be able to actually use the puppet forms just to tank a couple of hits while they work on that center cipher. We've seen yesterday how well hunters can control the map if that center cipher is not popped. And Ajax understanding the assignment, trying to pull away from that as he already sets himself into the puppet form. I like the kiting route he's taking, and this is going to buy enough time for the team to actually pop those ciphers. And 100% scared, still on the puppet form, but able to actually hit him. So one more, and he'll be falling down.
Yeah, conservatively coming from Ajax, which is the right play, but unfortunately Sprintzer is just, he knows his timing well and managed to get such a quick hit and not a blink through. So this hit should register unless Ajax is able to get onto the tram. Unfortunately, was unable to do so, but that's alright. We're looking at the cipher progress. Considering it's 1.5 minutes into the game here, we're seeing potentially a full 2 ciphers being decoded.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all can relate to that, missing the last tram out or the last bus out, and unfortunately it was at the expense of that kite. But we do have some ciphers popping, and now this is where it can become like quicksand with how Sprintzer is able to just control multiple ciphers here and just stop them and make sure that he's gonna prolong this game for as long as he can to just dwindle the survivors' resources. But now rescue able to happen, but we farm off a hit off the Puppeteer.
Yeah, that's still fine, that's still fine. Grifkeeper potentially could come for a second rescue, if not the Priestess could as well, since the Priestess has the Titana. Ajax doesn't want to interrupt the center cipher anymore, but the thing is that the center cipher is just situated there. No matter how far you run away, Sprintzer can still bring you back nearer to the center area. The Ostracon is also a big problem that the survivors deal with.
Thing is, at least, you know, we have some portal placements here, so the one that's popping the center cipher does have an escape strategy just in case. But now we're back towards the same chair. Gravekeeper's already here just to pressure for the rescue, and Sprintzer still has his work cut out for him as he's trying to just stop any attempt for the rescue for now. He's gonna send out the phantom form just to see if anyone's gonna come in, and it seems like the Priestess is gonna use the second tide turner for the game here to just rescue this Puppeteer.
Alright, flywheel, but it's alright. Rescue is still a rescue. We do have portals at the back that Priestess have placed for Ajax to use to kite out slightly longer, maybe potentially over the tight turner period, but Sprintzer makes use of those portals to speed up towards him.
Using the puppet form just to buy a little bit more time and tank a hit. Tried to go for the spray and gets the 100% here. Waiting for the puppet form to end, and just Sprintzer doing some cleanup here. So excellent exchange there with Sprintzer coming out on top. Has his first survivor out, down and out of the game. So now looking at the cipher progress, Chocho, how you feeling about 2 ciphers remaining?
Honestly, for a 2 full chair and a good kite, I think the cipher progress is actually doing very well. Now this, oh my goodness, I thought the kite wouldn't have connected, then things would have been haywire there as we see a blink hit through the wall. Priestess will survive for now, does have 1 more portal to work with, so we shouldn't be seeing an instant down situation. We're seeing all of the ciphers in the map being touched. I guess on the bright side, the center cipher has been popped.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say agree as well. The 2 ciphers remaining is pretty good, but this Sprintzer we're talking about, able to lock in teleporting right away to try and pressure this Cypher. Logi has to run away, but he did already get the 100%, so can't even go in a shovel form. He's gonna eat that hit. I'm actually kind of scared because all these survivors are slowly dwindling in terms of health and their itemization. So let's see if Sprintzer can continue on the pressure here and keep them at bay. But one Cypher is actually close to popping already, Chocho.
Yeah, the servers are actually playing at the top of their game here. We understand what Sprintzer's trying to do. He's trying to prevent Cyphers from being coded, trying to waste resources, get all of them injured, and then chair one person when all of them are. But right now, the survivors, they managed to pop the 4th Cypher, and the last Cypher is at 82%. In fact, all of the Cyphers are options that they could go for, and things are actually looking pretty good for AMEY.
Yeah, I would say maybe just the health, but that's still all right. We're looking at the Priestess not having borrowed time, right? So that's going to be a little tough. So Priestess has to be the one to kind of go for that last Cypher pop. Gravekeeper and Enchantress, I'm hoping, or at least on the Survivor side, they want that Enchantress to build some stacks towards endgame. But unfortunately, we do get a, I think the Gravekeeper was the one that was leeched there. But we do see that the Priestess is working on that last Cypher and does have an escape strategy to get on through here to that portal. He's going to clean that up and try to guard this 92% Cypher.
My goodness, a clutch escape coming in from QingH then. 99 corruption.
Yikes.
So close yet so far. Could have potentially turned the tides by a slight there because Enchantress still full health. But the Gravekeeper unfortunately was cancelled out of his shovel animation. So, Cyphers are still stagnant and it's a basement.
Oh, but it's fine. The Cypher is gonna pop. We're gonna see the Enchantress trying to go for the rescue. Hopefully that the timing will be good for the Gravekeeper on this shovel. But now they might try to force this to happen. And that's what's hard because Priestess does not have borrowed time and she's on her single hit. So they do get the early rescue. We're gonna farm off a Gravekeeper hit. Can they pop it in time? They go for it because he's still got the stun and the shovel.
Love it, love it. Great play coming from AMEY survivors. Very coordinated and very timely. As we see, Sprintzer trying to chase down Moja and the blink hit registers. It connects. But unfortunately, the gate has just been touched. Both gates are being opened. So maybe this could potentially help one of them escape instead of a 4K game.
Man, Sprintzer's endgame is so on point, so let's see if he's going to be able to get more than just this tie situation that might happen. Everyone's injured, but the tension's still in the air. We do have a Gravekeeper that still has some shovels, but Sprintzer has such a good lockdown on this exit gate that he's forcing the Priestess away. Priestess has to use a portal just to create that separation, while Gravekeeper possibly working on an exit gate strategy here, trying to just at least get a one-person escape, while this Enchantress, everything's too hard to handle here for them to be able to get the escape. But now, Logi, can he get out in time? Oh, goes for the shovel, able to actually get through.
My goodness, what a godly timed gate there, and also the shovel animation successfully registers. Now Priestess will be the center of attention here, trying to escape. Yeah, the dungeon is right there, and unfortunately there's no portal, but there is a flywheel, guys. So there is still hope for AMEY to potentially tie this against Sprintzer, by the way.
That's going to be huge. I was hoping the Gravekeeper would stay a little bit. We get the spray for still 44%. We're still all good. Enchantress has expired already, so now just waiting for that teleport, but that portal is there. So now it's a mad dash towards the dungeon. Can the Priestess do it, or will Sprintzer secure at least a 3K in this matchup? It's going back and forth here. We are still just waiting to see what Sprintzer is going to do, because he's the one that has to act first.
One portal is ready right now. A flywheel is available, but it's at 86% corruption there. QingH has to play this very carefully. Can he predict where the Hunter will be facing? He's still doing a very good job, still at 86, but the corruption is not dropping anytime soon. As we see the portal being expanded here, flywheel is still available, but she's getting further and further away from the dungeon.
Okay, 94% corruption. We're still all good, but he cannot look back. Blink is still at 24%, so it's going to be a foot race. Can he get it to 100% corruption? And he's going to be able to secure the 3K. Yesterday's map to, I think it was Mushin. It was a lakeside map. Logi, a redemption, because he was the second down. All of a sudden, we started seeing breaking wheels. We started seeing like just
Enchantress, could be the potential.
You did mention that, like, oh, okay. Green, we have also 2 borrowed times as well.
heading straight for Lion as expected here. I mean, of course, because of the counter, but at the same time, Lion's a new member. Let's see how it's gonna be here. It's gonna be a full kiting build on the Enchantress here, so let's see how is it gonna be. It's gonna be very tough because it's a straight counter. As we see, survivors are just gonna be decoding. And looking at this, it seems like the first hit registers immediately, 30 seconds into the matchup. Wow, Neila not gonna give any chance here at all. As we see the Patroller being activated, Naila's leech right before, and seems like the block happens through the main body and an instant down situation 50 seconds into the match.
This is a big start for Neila. How will B4U kind of retaliate on this? We've seen them in compromising situations before, but this one, I mean, early down before the first minute of the game on the Enchantress. Enchantress is full stacks, but we talked about it, how this is probably a targeted pick to just get an early down. So now Patroller just going around the area. Unfortunately, no one is here just yet. So it seems like they might go for a sell here. It seems like no one's here to just get the rescue attempt there. But oh, actually, hang on. Puppeteer trying to go for a backdoor rescue. And unfortunately, the stun does happen, but they do exchange here. So Enchantress does not have a stack anymore.
Yeah, and getting those free presents for Neila is just not that great right now. One more hit or 1.5 hits till the full presence Dreamwitch, and this is not something that we want to face with. But as of now, he will be right at the geisha area. If honestly, I feel like Neila, if he didn't really check that, maybe the hit would have happened onto the trap, but it's hard to say as we see Lion.
This map. Yeah, you gotta
respect
the
undefeated.
Yeah,
that's right.
So,
as we see Lion on the chair, still has a flywheel to work with, so I'm not too sure whether they are gonna expend some resources to save Lion again.
Yeah, so Roland's gonna probably try to attempt to make this rescue attempt happen, but time's a ticking. I don't know if they'll be able to make it in time, so they might have to go for a sell here. So the mid game is gonna be quite strong for Neila, but I will say that he can already change his trait if he chooses to, and green is going to be the next target.
This is very risky from green. I understand he can potentially still tank 2 hits if he times it well, but now that he's open like that, it could help that snowball effect that Neila is helping. I mean, helping him for. So green seems like he will be able to get towards the pallet, kite out the Patroller. But the blink has been switched here, so it should be an instant down situation.
Wow, yeah, already changing it up. The Patroller just to thwart the effort. Second down, and we don't have our last Cypher just yet, Chocho. So it's looking quite good for Neila. But Roland at least kind of saved his Tide Turner, so he can go for this rescue. So how will B4U... Actually, they have the 2 Tide Turners, actually Magician and First Officer. So how will they try and get themselves out of this sticky situation while Neila is still trying to camp out this chair? Accelerated decoding is already here, but you only have Schmitty to go for the decodes here. Farm off the hit and actually chasing out Roland.
Yeah, gotta farm that off so that it kind of forces Schmitty to come for the rescue, and the First Officer will be the one decoding, which is slower decoder. So Neila did this great, and he will be getting the hit onto Roland immediately. No hesitation, doesn't even want to use the main leech to get the hit instead. So we're seeing a very brutal gameplay coming in from Neila, and it's working out perfectly for him. We're seeing the dungeon at the center as well, and the kiting on Puppeteer is still ongoing.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing really well, just his followers, the allocations, right? Knows that the Puppeteer can create that distance, but you have a leech on you. First Officer, let's down him just so that we can prioritize not having you go for ciphers, but go for the rescue. So that's why Schmitty's actually making his way towards the rescue situation here, while we're getting a D-leech going on the side of the Puppeteer. But this rescue attempt needs to be good. We have to be very careful, Schmitty, as we do get the rescue attempt. Tide Turner's in effect, but a farm off hit off to the First Officer.
Yep, and we're seeing the 6th Cypher getting decoded here. Things are just not looking that great for B4U survivors. We have to be really honest here. The map control coming in from Neila and just switching survivors left and right is working out for him. And we're seeing that Cyphers are actually on a standstill right now. They're trying to potentially heal... Magician is coming in for the rescue, and green will be decoding.
Yeah, it's looking a little tough here for our friends in B4U. Magician's the only one in full health. Still has 3 wands to work with, but 2 ciphers still remaining. One is at 67, but the rest are below the 50% mark. So numbers game does not play well in the survivor side. Schmitty is gonna try to force this last rescue to happen, but in this area, there's not much that he can work with, and no pocket watch, unfortunately, on the first officer's side. He's going to try to make this rescue attempt happen. Hopefully the farm off hit won't register for the first officer, as the magician is going to make this rescue attempt happen. Puppeteer is out and about decoding, but now body block, but unfortunately first officer falls.
Great aiming coming in from Neila. Very patient and accurate when it comes down to the hits. We're seeing the leech spawn onto the magician, and first officer will be flying back to the meta. Now we're having a 2 cipher left situation with 2 survivors left and 1 hunter to deal with. A 1v2 situation. It's not ideal for B4U. Right now, even popping the ciphers will be a huge struggle, a huge challenge for them right now.
Okay, he's gonna pop 1 cipher, so 1 more remains, and Schmitty needs to tank all the kites if he can, right? He's the one with the leech. He's at full health. Neila can't let go of the target here, which is to get more than just a 3-man elimination, because he wants to be able to win this first game for his team, because it's rare to see that Sprintzer did not get that 5-point game. So this is a big opportunity for them, but numbers wise, let's see how well they can slow this down and just gather resources, as we do see the puppeteer gets leeched. So a good start for Neila to try and just negate the exit gates from being powered up.
Yeah, and this is good, looking even more dire right now. We're seeing 2 survivors spawn leeches as well as the main leech. A 3v2 situation. And Schmitty, you know, we're seeing that the situation, you're not even giving Schmitty the chance to de-leech, you know, making him so busy running about.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm not too sure what the survivors could do here as well, as we see Naila's main body blinking suddenly, and Schmitty trying to get the opportunity to go for that cipher. De-leeched already pretty fast.
I think the best case for him is just to force out the magic wands from Schmitty, just so he can get an instant down. Magician is, they already de-leeched, so that's really good. But Neila has to be very careful, because the cipher is being moved. However, he can actually chase Schmitty, but he doesn't know this yet, because he does not have borrowed time. So now he's going to focus his attempts onto Green, which is so close to popping, and Green actually does have borrowed time, so he can heal up. But now we see that the leech is here. They just go for the pop, and now detention is in the air, Chocho. They want to get at least 1 person out just so that they can tie things out.
B4U making miracle plays here, manages to force out a 5th cipher, and now one of the gates are being opened, so this will at least potentially guarantee a 1 escape for the side of B4U survivors, and this just means that we will be seeing a game number 3 confirmed between these 2 teams.
But yeah, I just want to say that we were expecting this, but in this fashion, it was quite intense. Neila really played the Dream Witch very well.
2 situation. We were expecting a cipher cam.
We have the match stats here. Best deduction actually on both Green and Hunters or Survivor you'd want to see in this map.
B4U working pretty well here. Fortunately, still right next to the Hunter.
Oh man, dude. I bet for 1, it's still an intense back and forth, but we switch out Neila.
Right, K hitting into Shadow Form here, hitting straight for Lion, which is on the Lanternist, as expected. Oh, no, not gonna go for that. He's gonna go straight for the center area where Schmitty initially spawned, and we'll see Green along the way there. So let's see who K decides to go for. He hits towards the Lion Cage where Roland initially spawned at.
Okay, so just initial rotations here, stopping the ciphers from moving, and now just making lefts and rights here, keeping everyone watching and all the survivors guessing on who's gonna go for. But Green, being the antiquarian here, not sure if he'd want this matchup, so initially makes an immediate right turn, see if he can spot anyone else. He's gonna exit Shadow Form just to be able to head back towards the center of this map. I think he has a specific target in mind. Let's see if he's gonna go for it, but no, going back to Green here.
Yeah, so a lot of back and forth happening with K here. I think he has finally decided on Green as the target here, as we see Cypher is actually 1-for-1 already, if you combine all together.
True. Oh, nice dodge! Wow, I like that shimmy that K was able to bait out the flute. Usually Green on point with those stuns and silences, but now One more would do it. Has a blink down if he's able to use it right. Goes for it right away. And you know what? Long start, but once he was able to get green, it was actually pretty good. Again, kind of a back and forth still. This allowed the team to kind of prioritize some ciphers here. So Schmitty is on the rescue attempt.
Yeah, the freeze frame from the Anthony's was worked on, and we see that the ciphers, yeah, pretty good progress as we see Schmitty coming in for the rescue. There is a tight turner to work with, so we should be seeing a tight turner rescue here, and a very safe one, in fact. So we'll be kiting away from the 63% cipher, and we'll see if green can kite out longer than the tight turner period.
Yep, gets that first silence here, and now back to the pallet we go, and also shadow form. Can do a shadow step, gonna try to force green out of it, but green making sure that he's going to stay away from that shadow damper, that shadow leaf. See, get another silence. Wow. And now just continuing the chase here while Roland rotates to get the second rescue attempt going.
Yeah, great awareness of mine coming in from green, and yeah, just also dying right at the corner, forcing the hunter to take the long way to just get him to chat up. Every second counts in this game as we see the ciphers progress is looking pretty healthy at 3.5.
3.5 ciphers have already been, or at least being worked on here. Roland, while that chase was happening, was already making that rotation happen. We do see that Schmitty has to be able to rotate away from this cipher because it's too close. Gonna shadow step back to catch Roland on the rescue attempt.
Yeah, Roland immediately getting to the ground, trying to buy a little bit more time and also getting closer towards the chair without any injuries. Will be coming off the ground very soon and coming for the rescue. Does have a tight turner to work with, so a safe rescue is successfully done here as green does not have any flute to work with and no flywheels to work with as well. So green, this will be a raw kiting moment for him. Let's see how long more he can last. Seems like the hit connects.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it's still a tight turner hit, so he can just create that distance, but I'd say the start, you know what, K was able to shimmy away, but he was able to stun him like twice or thrice, so I'd say he's able to prolong it enough for accelerated decoding to happen because they do have their last cipher at 57%, so K really has to amp up the pressure here if he wants to secure more than just a tie.
Ooh, and somehow he knows where the survivors could be at the tinnitus being propped up here. Does he know where the survivors are healing each other up? Now Schmitty is now full health, whereas Roland is the one in danger. He does have a shovel to work with, which he immediately does so just for safety reasons, as Schmitty does to work with.
Yeah, and we do note that Elian, the lanternist, who we thought would be the initial target, has not even seen the hunter at all. So Elian has to be the one to kind of work on that last cipher. While Schmitty, tanking that hit, totally fine, still has 2 grappling hooks to work with. Luckily, all of them have borrowed time, so they can save up for that endgame pop.
As we see Schmitty still being the center of attention here, trying to kite out here, and the hit was still registered at the Terra Shock, but it seems to be that it should be alright because there's no teleport and ciphers are very far away. We see Roland on the top left hand side.
Yeah, it might be the lanternist to go for this rescue. Roland is actually priming that last cipher. Good kite, I'd say, on Schmitty's side. He's still able to save up one of his last hooks for an endgame kite transition, but K can really just catch up and force this pop to happen. He can actually just switch on over to Roland, and he just goes for that pop, and Patient, unfortunately, was rescued here. So now does have the hook to work with, able to actually stop his attempt on that hook attempt.
Oh my goodness. I mean, if that play from the Patient could have been executed, then it would have brought up so much time for them to open the gate. But really, K was just too aggressive, too fast for him to react. As we see Lion in the vicinity, Tinnitus was being propped up. Tinnitus was not propped up. K immediately teleports away and gets the hit onto Roland. Does have the remnant still behind, but I believe he will not teleport back. He will teleport back.
Whoa.
Lion's Tinnitus was not propped up.
Yeah, so it just seems like he's really going aggressive here. We're still at 51% on the exit gate, so I like this newfound aggression. Let's hope he didn't overextend too much for B4U to punish. But Roland now has no more items. Patient about to expire here, so can he make it in time? The rescue
makes it for the last minute rescue. My goodness. My goodness, what a timely rescue. As we see Roland, we'll be seeing her down here very soon. Doesn't have actually items to work with, but he's buying so much time. The hit registers, unfortunately, and the other side of the gate is at 0%. This is going to be a crucial play, whether it's going to become a tie game or a 3K game.
Okay, so now Elian still on the rescue attempt here, but Schmitty can actually get this exit gate going just in time. So dungeon is not where Elian is, so Kay's gonna have to create like a fork in the road here for a rescue attempt to happen. But luckily we can shadow step back. Gate is already open. Elian might be a little overextended here, but let's see, because dungeon is all the way over there, so he needs to make his way towards the exit gate that Schmitty opened up, which I feel like he can do.
Yep, and detention will be out in 3 seconds, so this should be a pretty safe rescue for pretty safe escape for Lion, and we will see a tie game coming into game 2, first half between these two teams.
Man, that was quite intense here. I actually thought that
it was to get out of Tinaida's range, and he did so very well.
That match stats are in. Again, an excellent back and forth here, because usually we've seen matchups of Aeroplanist and Forward taking that first. Kind of go for that same, well, pick off onto the Antiquarians to negate the first hit on the survivors of AMEY. So
4 flywheels into this matchup. Seems like AMEY survivors really want to play this game here, wants to kite it out. As we see Mocha potentially rotating into the Hunter's face, Sprintzer not giving the opportunity to just let it go. Will lock in on Mocha as we see the hit does not connect. Antiquarian does have a full flip to work with, will not use it for a speed because he understands once a speed up, the cage will still appear. So I'll use it to stun, but the hit connects. So that 1/4 health has been registered, and we're seeing the cage resentment at 96%. It's a lot.
Forward is already in the mix here, so I like how they're actually dividing the attention right now. They're actually sharing a lot of these hits, and unfortunately Forward unable to use that football to create that distance, and now Sprintzer has his target locked on downing this Forward. Resentment's already built up at the cages. He has to double cage just to try and go for this down, and goes for the flywheel just to create that separation. Loja doing a great job, but that cage expired already, so now has to use another one just to down that Forward. And in that time, Chocho, Cyphers are still not threatening enough for Sprintzer to kind of panic here.
Yeah, very fluid use of those cages, double cages, and even though it disappeared, no panic at all coming in from Sprintzer. Full resentment that we saw. This is the power of the Goatman. As we see QingH potentially coming in for that rescue, does have a Titana to work with and a flywheel. We're making use of, I believe, the living image right now.
Yep. Kind of freezing things up here. Sprintzer knowing you have to pass this area, still able to cage him off, gets the hit. Rescue does happen, but now we have to use this football to just move on along here, but he gets caged out in the process. Backstep, no flywheel here. Oh man, just hits him towards the tail end of that animation, and Forward will be falling once again.
Yeah, as we see the ciphers being popped right now, a couple of them, and the 3rd and 4th cipher are being worked on. So as of now, things are still looking okay. It really depends on how much Sprintzer has to his resentment to play the second chase. But right now, the living image being executed, being used once again.
It's quite unfortunate. Wanted order is on that Aeroplanist who has a Tide Turner on him. So Ajax is not going to have a sneaky backdoor rescue. Sprintzer now threatening with the cage, or is slowly going to get 100%. Gets the hit and has to break the cage to just go for the rescue. Able to get a late rescue, but it's still all good. Let's see if the Forward's going to use this entirety of the football. Drops the pallet just to be able to try to rotate towards this next one. No cage, so he can still eat that chip damage.
Willingly eating the chip damage just to hit into the double story. We'll see if it hits him back, but no drop down here registered. As we see a mind game right in front of the cage. Sprintzer winning the ultimate mind game here, and Roji unfortunately will be sending back to mana as we see wanted order onto the Lanternist, and they are right there.
Yeah, I mean, Sprintzer was just waiting, right? Just waiting for any activity to happen, like a moth to a flame. I think as aggressive as Sprintzer is, you also have to commend his patience, and now Aeroplanist creating a bit of the distance here, but the flywheel gets used right away. 2 jetpacks, and now Aeroplanist has fallen down. So Sprintzer looking real good towards the mid game, has his next survivor onto that rocket chair. 1 cipher does remain, but that cipher is not even close to 50%.
So as of now, it's gonna look very dire. If Mocha actually gets a hit right outside of the cage and gets another one inside, it will be a failed rescue, unfortunately, as we see the survivors trying to code another cipher. All ciphers have been worked on, and survival early as well.
Wow, and now you use up the excitement and also bait out that flywheel. So Sprintzer getting the better of that exchange, and unfortunately that 89% cipher is not being worked on, and now they're down onto the Antiquarian, and Sprintzer just capitalizing on this moment, provided that he will try to get a 5-point game for his team.
Yeah, the kill pressure coming in from Sprintzer, especially in the later parts of the game, is just too much for the AMEY survivors to handle. As we see the Tonight is being propped up here, great awareness of mind from Sprintzer. I think he knows where exactly this lantern is, the living image being executed once again, trying to go for the rescue, and successfully... Does not work! Does not work!
Was right there, but Sprintzer able to just cut him off right when he was right there. Antiquarian has already used up the self-heal, so Sprintzer having a checkmate scenario here just for him to solidify this game number 2 for his team. For game number 3 to have immense pressure onto AMEY's side. Mocha trying to hide it out, but Sprintzer has already seen this Antiquarian, goes for the down, and now could just focus his attention onto this Lanternist that still has a self-heal.
Yeah, really unfortunate situation that we're seeing here as the game still progresses on. Right, QingH expenses to self-heal and gets the basic hit, 1/4 hit unfortunately, but the cage, so much resentment to work with. Sprintzer, double cage is definitely possible here. Actually QingH trying to kite it out, doesn't have an item to work with. Flywheel executed, and the hit still registers unfortunately, and this will secure the 5-point game in game 2, second half. Everyone's mind, that mind game right in front of the cage, just waiting.
Right. Of moments that they could have capitalized on, but I feel like just the pressure, just spam 6-7 anyway.
6-7, okay.
Kind of scared to see how they're gonna survive up against Sprintzer's opportunity.
No, but Gardner could be the better poison. 3 type turners and 0 flywheels. So this
Sprintzer's opera singer running rampant here at the arms factory and immediately spotting the first officer here. Let's see if he's gonna go for this chase, because looking at the persona traits, I think QingH was targeted to take this first chase because everyone has Tide Turner, and now just gonna force out the pocket watch, just attack the resources of the survivors. We're back towards the middle side, and we are making our way towards the sandbag area to see if anyone is here. Ajax, though, working on the cipher over at the factory area. Still no sight of that gardener, so let's see if he's gonna commit towards Ajax.
seems to be that he really wants to, as we see Ajax expanded his window as we head back into the matchup. Let's see what's it gonna be as he hits straight back into the shadow farm.
Yep, we do have a window to work with here. No remnants, forcing him to just vault the window. Has a pallet to work with. Shadow dancing out, but we try and go for the novel. It's at the switch there, but now do see that it is excitement trait. So this is going to be kind of tough for Sprintzer side. Already used it right away. Novelist needs the kite for as long as he can in this area. Luckily, he did not break this pallet just yet. Has some windows to work with.
Yeah, and this at least guarantees a 1 minute to a almost 2 minute kite here as we see. Oh no, nothing to work with, so an instant down will be happening here. There is no basement, so that's good news for now. As we see, Cypher is actually progressing pretty well, and seems like no ciphers will be interrupted since like Sprintzer wants to chair this person at the corner. Early rotation coming in from the first officer as well.
Yeah, first officer just making his way to get this rescue attempt. Man, if Novelist actually brought Flywheel, could have actually made his way towards that other window. But luckily for Sprintzer, Novelist has fallen, and now we do see the hypnotize happening onto that first officer, providing enough time and focus for Sprintzer to just stick here while ciphers are gonna be uninterrupted. Gets the rescue attempt, Sprintzer just making sure that happens and just farms off a hit off the Novelist.
So just like that, first officer, I mean, if they decide to just go for a second rescue, that's possible as well. Ajax wants to hit towards the front gate. Seems like yeah, Mocha is also in the vicinity at the open air area, so a rescue from him with the Titana is also possible. Cypher progress looking actually pretty healthy. By the second rescue, or when Ajax flies back to the mana, it could be a 4 Cypher, if not 4.5 Cypher decoding.
We've seen this before in game number 1, right? But Sprintzer's end game is something you cannot look past. So yes, looking quite good, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Let's see how they're going to manage this mid to late game and see if they can get this second rescue attempt possibly happening. But it seems like we already have someone in the vicinity. Again, they brought enough tide turners for them to happen. Mocha gonna just eat that hit. Fire Investigator, all good, allowing Ajax to move on accordingly.
Ooh, nice inflatables.
Also, gets the frog inflatables.
The froggy.
Also gets the switch. Go for it.
Yeah, as we see Ajax trying to cut it out here, but the hits there were just on Novelist. Fire Investigator support was not too successful. As we see these Ajax will be flying back to the mana, and we need to remind ourselves here that a tie is the very least that AMEY gotta go for. So right now, 3 survivors and 1 hunter. Last Cypher is at 55%, has been teleported too, so it will be on a standstill. So will survivors decode a 6th Cypher?
They might have to open it up, and now unfortunately the shield did not happen in time for him to tank that hit. They're opening up another Cypher here, as the Gardener will take this last endgame kite. Don't have any traits to work with. They've already teleported, so they need to rush that Cypher, while QingH needs to keep Sprintzer busy enough for him not to interrupt that Cypher from moving.
Yeah, QingH is actually doing a great job here, buying a lot of time, and the shield successfully registered. So QingH survives for another day, can make it to this window here, but no speed boost unfortunately, and will get the hit through the window. We'll get Chad here, but it seems but we need early rotation coming in from the first off, which is happening here. Cypher is at 70%. By the time it's Chad, it could be at 75%. By the rescue, it could be primed.
Yeah, and we actually just have full health on the first officer because he's already expended that first pocket watch at the start of the game. Let's see how far Sprintzer is actually going to try to contest this Cypher pop from happening, because he could always just shadow step his way back. He's still going to prime it and push for the pop to happen. Gardener already getting the escape here. Mocha has to get out of that sandbags area, and Sprintzer shadow stepping his way back. A 3-person endgame, but we got detention and teleport about to be online for Sprintzer.
And yeah, just great kiting coming in from Logi, but nobody's at the gate yet. And a Terror Shock registers, it connects. As we see, Logi will be on the chair here. The other side of the gate is being pushed, so things are looking still not too bad. The tie game seems to be very possible here, but a teleport, that is the crucial game factor here.
Let's see if they're going to try to pressure this rescue attempt from happening. Mocha close to actually opening up the exit gate, but look at that, stopping it at 79%. And unfortunately, no items to work with. There was a pallet there, but Sprintzer, man, just able to have the hunter instinct to just teleport down, and let's go back here to pressure any rescue attempt from happening.
Yeah, great stuff coming in from Sprintzer, and yeah, it's just great stuff. Sorry, I'm just gonna sneeze suddenly.
Oh, sorry.
So
Bless you.
QingH,
Hashtag bless. I'll take over. It's cool. If you want, go.
No worries.
Collect yourself, Jojo.
Yeah, just Mocha will be standing up soon, and Sprintzer understands that. He's very aware of that. Now, Mocha, can he make it to open the gate? But seems like it will not be enough, unfortunately, here. And the hit registers. Gate stopped at 96%. We see at the bottom left, Gardener is making a beeline for Logi. Question is, will she make it in time? It seems like she will.
It's a foot race, but you're still dealing with Sprintzer with detention. Everyone's injured, so it doesn't really matter if he has detention or not. Already gets the rescue, that's fine. We have the Gardener bubble to work with. Now, it's still a 3-person endgame, so Sprintzer has to be very careful that the Gardener does not pick up the Fire Investigator. So he is trying to cut that heal off here at the side of QingH. Dropping down the pallet, I like that. And now the first officer has to decide, is he going to try to go for the other exit gate? Am I going to help pick up another survivor as QingH does fall?
Does fall indeed, as we see Logi trying to hit towards the other side of the gate. Does Sprintzer understand this and hate for it? Does his hunter instinct propped up here? It seems to be that teleports to the wrong gate, transport back to the ramp, and then they will be able to get the gate opened, and this will then guarantee a tie game for the AMEY survivors. What a clutch play coming in by Logi, the first officer.
Mentioned the win condition, or at least the safety or the story where B4U is leading. So yes, AMEY able to tie out, and we've seen a lot, and I've talked to Kuro about this, pretty stable, especially, or try to cut off maybe Schmitty from setting up his coffin, and we're gonna have to figure stuff out. We'll see if that would happen. First and foremost,
our first Peddler in the NAEU tournament, and we'll be seeing K heading straight for the near sandbags area. We see the Embalmer has already placed his coffin, and the ciphers at the shack area will be interrupted. So journalist and Schmitty will be kiting on top of each other.
Yeah, Embalmer's already set up their coffin. We do see that we've already siphoned a bit of the earth, touched grass a little bit, got that nature going on, so we can go for those vines. Let's see if we're going to be able to slow any or get that snare, but we also get a bit of rock here just for him to be able to use this to get a bit of, wow, double, okay. Able to actually cut off the really strong pallet here. Able to actually cut off the pallet being dropped, and now able to actually stop him from going through that.
Yeah, the timing of the obstacle absorption was insane coming in. Lion also didn't manage to predict that, unfortunately, but it's alright. Let's see, little boy will be able to block for her. It seems like the little boy will put down the pallet on behalf of her, and the vine hook gets stopped. So yeah, this is, we're seeing the control on the vine hook is not that great right now, but the obstacle absorption coming into effect here. Lion, can he cut it out here? Little boy running away from her, and the fly will expand, but the hit connects. The Embalmer has the coffin onto the journalist, so it should be expanded, but at the same time, this also tells us something, right? That Embalmer has not decoded that much.
I would have to say that's the occupational hazard of using the Peddler, because with that, if you siphon that nature and use the vines, it's really hard for you to be able to kind of maneuver around tight corners. And also, if you get the obstacle absorption, the survivor can use that right away. So we're gonna see him absorb nature once again, and also just do a cutoff here, just for him to drop down this pallet. But the last effort is gonna get popped. But looking at the cipher progress, it's still looking quite healthy. Noting the win condition of B4U's, just get one person out.
Yeah, they could just potentially just give a tinnitus here and just call it a day. Continue on those cipher machines, because that is the name of this game, to decode all the ciphers and get out. As we see Embalmer constantly getting the wanted order, but that's fine because he won't be the rescuer in this case. It will be Roland, but Roland will just be standing there. He won't come for the rescue. They are planning on selling.
Yeah, I think also the wanted order on the Embalmer is a little tough. We're going to see the vine being used just to see if he can try to harass and also close the distance, because journalist is going to be sent back to the manor. 3 ciphers remaining. They don't have a 6th cipher working just yet. So far, so good on the survivor side to play to their win conditions. K is going to have to ramp it up and get the second down really fast. But Green, with his full stack of jetpacks, could be a tough target to down here, as K is going to try to cut off the kiting route here by using the obstacle absorption to just close the distance against Green.
Oh, and the small earthquake happening there, giving that chip damage onto the aeroplanist. Great stuff coming in from K, taking advantage of the movement, but aeroplanist just get into levitation mode, get away, and the vine hook just closes distance once again. Yeah,
so now he's gonna have to be able to work with a pallet here, but obstacle absorption here has a window and also 2 jetpacks. So let's see if K can be able to close.
Oh, nice.
Earthquake.
Nice.
He'll continue on with a jetpack.
Yep, we see the metallic absorption as well, and the down onto Green. But why does it even matter? Because last cipher is at 92%. Teleport happens, and Schmitty just trying to run away here. Roland will potentially either come for the decoding, or if not, the healing onto Green.
This is what's a little scary, because Embalmer does not have borrowed time, so the pop is going to be quite scary. But Roland's just going to immediately pop it just so that he'll be able to actually get the aeroplanist up. He still has some elbow pads to work with. A 3-person endgame. It's looking quite good for B4U. Exit gate is already being worked on. Roland is going to try to preoccupy the hunter. And unfortunately, the vine couldn't catch up to the mercenary. He's going to have to do an obstacle absorption just for him to be able to catch up to the mercenary.
Yeah, great stuff coming in from the survivors as well. Roland still has another outfit to work with. Mentioned the mini earthquake also registered onto him. Gates are being pushed right now. We could potentially be seeing at least a tie game, if not a 3 escape from Roland. Is Yeah, there's some quite tough detention hit as well. Roland accepting fate, and we'll see a 2-2, so a 4-4 at the end, and of course B4U wins the game 1 round first half.
In the chat that said AMEY and B4U have acknowledged each other as really tough competition. B4U showing us, you know what, it's hard to stay up on top and stay consistent.
He mentioned, but game number 2, he took it to his own.
One of the best in NAEU.
Yeah, a 15-10 is not even
cross. They were able to see the debuting Cueist of Sprintzer, but for now
into a 1 escape. So we will be expecting to the player introductions first. We have Eve, I Eat Food, Infamous.
Could share hits. So they're coming into this with high spirits. I think they are a fan favorite.
I do know that he played the Nightmare and the Opera Singer previously.
Line up your shots quite well. So first Cueist matchup we're gonna be seeing.
We're seeing both at the hotel area and first off at the
2 borrowed times as well, just to account for the end game, but it's still gonna.
I do see a lot of Bin supporters in the chat, so cheer loudly for Ghostly as he comes up with his Cueist pick here, coming in game number 1 here. Hitting straight for the center area. First off has already rotated away, and Honor and Shu might potentially rotate on top of one another. A double connecting situation might occur as we see him getting into ball form and speeding up, catching up to whichever survivors and deniers that he sees here.
This is one of the strengths of Cueist, him to be able to close distance early, really fast, and also block out ciphers. So it could be a long game if you're not able to position your ciphers correctly. Shu is going to get chased out here. Let's see how well he's going to perform in this kite as he gets the push for him to be able to transition away from a restaurant.
Yeah, great stuff coming in from Shu. Also missing that hit across the pallet as well. Great discipline coming in from Shu. Facing down another pallet, but this hit should register already. But Flywheel, timely one. As we see here, still has a lot of wind to work with. Ghosty hits into ball form, trying to close down the distance once again, get into a better position. As we see the pallet down on the correct side. Blink hit through the pallet, but still not down yet. Cypher progress, very healthy.
I like how the survivor Shu was able to just force out the blink trade. So now it's gonna be a little tough. We do have already one skill tree, one presence on the board, trying to actually see if we can get that push going on and that capture. But it seems like doing a great job so far, just baiting out regular hits. But the capture is gonna happen, and now let's see. He just puts him right in front in this sandwiched area just for the down to happen.
Nice capture coming in from Ghostly, just creating that kind of alignment such that it forces Shu to enter that area, get captured, and placed right in front of him to get that free hit. So as of now, Cypher progress looking pretty good. 2 minutes into the game, we're seeing almost a 3 Cypher kite.
Yeah, so let's see how well he's going to be able to camp this chair as the first officer is already here, positioned to go for that rescue. Just going to farm off a regular hit. He's still able to catch up quite easily and just get a farm off hit onto Shu. Again, I think he's just running away just so that he won't be able to just interrupt any ciphers. But this is the Cueist we're talking about. He can put cute ball placements just for the ciphers to slow down, and that's what's happening. Even though they have 3 ciphers remaining, they do have significant progress on them, Chocho.
Yeah, the net that the Ghostly is actually casting is quite effective here. We can see from far away the percentage of the ciphers as well. 20% only for the least. So looking at our cipher progress, they're not over decoding. Everything is just in perfect alignment. Just that currently ciphers are quite slow, and a magician should be coming in for the rescue.
Yeah, Magician still having a tide turner on him, should be able to just prolong this just a little bit, but this just means their last cipher is still starving for a little more pressure on it. We do have Shu still having one last push on him, but let's see as he exits the cube ball form, hiding behind this pallet, and now just so actually no, he was captured, just waiting for the tide turner to run out. I thought he was behind the pallet, but Shu was gonna fall in just a few seconds.
Great stuff coming in. Also another pushback just to buy out a few more seconds. Every second counts here, as was mentioned, as we see that Shu will be sent back to the mana. Now our 4th cipher will be popped here. Sorry, 3rd cipher will be popped here. 5th cipher stagnant at 5%.
Yeah, it's still looking a little tough, and now they actually have to heal up just so that they'll be able to prepare for that end game. Note that this is detention also. It will be in the air. And just the fact that he's able to close out that distance so fast. Luckily, KON survivors were able to get that heal going. So Wolf now has a bit of wands to work with. So just playing a bit of mind games towards that pallet. Will vault through, but unfortunately no blink hit. So expended a trait without getting a down.
My goodness. Feel like Ghostly wanted to do something, but the wasn't registered correctly. Yeah, you get what I mean there. As we see the blink expanded just like that. A Cypher was also popped. Last Cypher's at 40%. Let's see if the net cast. We're seeing that a 6 Cypher is also being decoded just in case, just an insurance.
So yeah, it seems like a snowball situation for the survivors to gain that momentum, right? Like, unfortunately, the blink attempt did not happen. The down wasn't there. Still very healthy survivors towards the mid game, and he wasn't able to prolong that second Cypher from popping on the first officer's side. They're looking quite healthy in terms of itemizations as well. Note that they have no more tide turners, but it's still all good because they can still force 3 Cyphers here. But at least the Cueist can kind of control some of it.
Yeah, they definitely can here, as we see that the Cypher Progress still working on it. They are decoding all 7 Cyphers just in case because of the 15% or pushback afterwards. So this is something that KON survivors are prepared for. We're seeing the stun by the Enchantress. Cyphers are still being pushed here. Nothing Ghosty can really do here because all the Cyphers are honestly quite far apart. He gotta be in ball form just to get to them.
Yeah, so this is what we've seen, how B4U and also AMEY is able to stall out the mid game, right? And we were talking about how well the Cueist can perform in terms of just camping out Cyphers, but in this scenario, everyone's healed up, your trait is still on cooldown, and you don't want to tunnel heavy into one survivor, which is what the Enchantress is doing. This allows them to actually have so much time, but the capture is going to happen. Still at full health, it's still all good, gets the hit, and now it just gets a stack going.
Great stuff coming in from Ghostly. A lot of great captures happening and getting all those hits that is necessary. Not all of them are still quite healthy, except for the Enchantress. Cypher is almost primed. Wolf just need to kite out a little bit more. The hit connects through the pallet, surprisingly. And yeah, Cypher progress so good. At center.
Yeah, trying to attack the Cyphers once again. But yeah, you definitely want to pop because for the Magician at least, because he does not have that bar time. Honor now. Will he expend the Pocket Watch? Just gonna tank that hit. Still stuck at 94%. I believe that is the not the Magician Cypher. It's one of those Cyphers. Rum is trying to force this one over here, but this is where Ghostly could actually really stack things up because right now everyone's injured. He's gonna try to force out a blink here just so to get the down onto the Enchantress. Now the chair situation is gonna allow them to open up a Cypher, but it's gonna be so risky, Chocho, because everyone's injured.
That's right. This is gonna be tough, but first off, does have a watch to work with, so he will be coming for the rescue. Shock won't matter here because the Cypher is just not ready.
Not, yeah. So I thought he went in for the early rescue, and the Cypher, this is where it gets really scary if you're able to actually stop the Cyphers from moving. So Ghostly looking to get more than just a tie here. Gonna try to focus his attention here and try to maybe go for a pickup. But yeah, he could just continue just his camping out of this Cypher. It's not close from popping just yet, so they can't get a pop rescue.
Ghostly looking this really tough. We're seeing first officer using expanding self here. We're coming for the rescue, but the Cypher just not quite yet. 96, 97. And it will pop in time successfully. And using the want to body block. Ghostly didn't realize that Magician actually ran into his face and now wants to gate control instead.
Invisible meta, it's a thing. So just like that, able to actually, that's the power of the first officer, right? You have that 5-second pocket watch. Even though you do get hit, you're still able to get that rescue happening. So now they're opening up the other exit gate, and Enchantress is gonna have to play the sacrifice card here just for them to open up that exit gate towards the end. Note that there is no trump card for him to be able to teleport back, and we do get the exchange onto the Enchantress and Cueist.
No, I honestly thought that maybe Rum had a chance for the dungeon because he had 3 stacks, but just that the distance that with that attack animation was just long.
Just really good. I guess that's the threat of having a first officer, because you could still get those stable. I guess a miscalculation on the situation of how he has. Hopefully, bin survivors could actually utilize the map.
So let's see how is it gonna be here. Yeah, and I also noticed something for the enemy.
We have 3 tide turners as well. No fly.
Known for his Dream Reach, let's see if BI and survivors have what it takes, and also with this counter comm, whether they're able to get those wins, those escapes they need. As we see QingH just casually strolling through the center area and heading towards under the bridge. Hesitinitis being propped up here, but that's not the one that he wants. He wants the Magician. As we see Infamous already ready for this kite.
Wow, just traversing all throughout the map just to get to that Magician. The Notorious 3, what would you say? The 3 hitters? Yeah, they're just not going for any of them. He was going for this Magician. Able to get the leech already here. Dropping down that pallet. Probably will rotate towards it, but the drop down is going to happen already. Forcing him to break that pallet. Patroller is already online, but the follower is not. It's kind of far behind. So let's see how Infamous will be cutting this one out.
Yeah, as we see both leeches heading over already. Patroller being used here. Should be getting a hit here, but the hit does not connect as of yet. But another bite would suffice here.
Oh, wow, good magic wand here. Again, this is, yeah, forcing out the main follower hit is actually quite good, but still a good use of that magic wand, and I do believe that he's already kited out the patroller, but another one is ready for him to use. So good routes he's taking. Oh, actually, no way, he's kiting on top of someone. I thought he was able to avoid, but now another patroller drop down here. He's gonna go for the Magician. Let's hope some ciphers do pop, as the Magician is going to try to buy some time in this area. Has another magic wand to use.
Unable to kite out the second patroller as well. Infamous will be down here after 2 dog bites. But look at the ciphers, guys. Almost 3 full ciphers being decoded. So this is a very successful kite. As we see, QingH will be chairing near this area. I think question still remains whether the center cipher has been popped.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, the 96 cipher is the one where the rocket chair is at, but that's as good as popped, right? I think once they do get a rescue onto the Magician, they have 2 tide turners to work with. Just run away from that area as the 4th cipher is being worked on already. Just better, trying to get the bubble, able to force out attack recovery, and now gotta be very careful. The Terror Shock is still very imminent. Just eats the regular hit, and now the rescue happens.
Yeah, as we see the Tide Turner being put into effect here, he will be running towards another corner of the map where no ciphers will be interrupted. So great communications coming in from Bin. Just better, still in the vicinity, and does have a leech, but no leech remover. He got a hit towards Gravekeeper to remove it potentially.
Yeah, so I'm hoping the Gardener could pick up an anti-curse just so that QingH won't have that much map pressure. Because that, I'd say that 96 cipher, he is just sitting on that until someone tries to pop it, or at least until we get some heals going on, which is one of the benefits of having that Wi-Fi heal on the Psychologist. Gardener already healed up, can possibly force that pop to happen, but the main body is quite far from everything else here. So they popped that one, 2 ciphers remaining, and they already have their end game scenario going.
That's right. Psychologist is doing a great job, not giving any free hits to end, but the free rescue occurs, so Gravekeeper can potentially go for a body block here, but the hit, wow, registers onto the Magician. So this means that Magician will be flying back to the manor. Let's see if a free hit could be given here. Seems like that will not be the case since he has a shovel as well.
Yeah. It was a good call for the Gravekeeper getting a rescue on without using any, or expending any shovels or using any of his health to get that. Because Magician, as he's being sent out of the game, we only have 1 leech follower onto the Gardener, which I feel like Gardener has already primed it up. So we're still sitting at 2 ciphers. You don't want QingH to be able to control more of the map here. So you want to be able to add pressure, remove some leeches, pressure some ciphers, and that's what we see on the lower left side of the screen. The Gardener is removing it.
Yeah, finally, as we see, ciphers are on a standstill. Considering the starting kite that Infamous had, the ciphers actually progressed quite slow since then. So yeah, I guess QingH does have pretty good map pressure. That's why ciphers are so slow. Everything's on a standstill. Everybody's full health, and Psychologist will be taking the next kite.
Yeah, Psychologist being chased out of the anti-curse here, and now Patroller will be dropped down. Let's see. Oh, not much in this area to work with. The Patroller bite is going to be the first hit. It will happen on QingH's side, but this allows a bit of breathing room for Cyphers to move. Let's see how Psychologist will play this out as she tries to look for an anti-curse, and the rest of the survivors kind of uninterrupted here. QingH has to take the main body over here at the restaurant area just to leech one of the survivors, which is Eve.
Yeah, Eve. Gotta be very careful here. I eat food also. I mean, on the bottom left, we do see that she's still kiting it for the life of hers. As we see all of them gonna be gathered at the a lot of them gonna be at our hotel area. Eve still trying to remove that leash. Unfortunately, still not quite there yet. Another person got a hit.
Yeah, injuries are starting to stack up. I feel like they need to kind of prioritize healing or at least getting some anti-curses here, because Psychologist has, like you said, just been roaming around because she's kind of a sitting duck here if she just continues to not have that anti-curse. But it's so hard because everything is kind of cut off where they're at. Luckily, though, she does have borrowed time. Gardener has to be very careful. And now, are we going to see a trump card switch? Able to actually predict the blink, and we see the Psychologist fight for another couple of seconds here. Last Cypher still remains here, Chocho, at 84%.
That's right. So close yet so far, and seems like bin survivors are reluctant to potentially open another cipher. Healing is happening, so that's still not too bad. I eat food. Not too sure what's really happening over there as well, since we are unable to see it. But yeah, she's still kiting for her life. She's still kiting for her life at the corner.
Help! Someone give me an anti-curse, please. I think that's what they're trying to happen here, but yeah, every time they tries to re-rotate, I think it's just all of a sudden a heartbeat does happen. Just better though, trying to make a beeline for this rescue, or at least this Cypher pop to happen. But note, end game, and if you have all your leeches on you, is in the favor of that Dream Witch, and now gets the blink going for the Psychologist. Psychologist did get an anti-curse, which is good. Everyone does have anti-curses, but you want to be able to prime them before they push for that end game. So, like you said, a little reluctant to open up another Cypher, and we have the 3 crows onto the Gardener.
Yeah, just how much time has been spent not decoding, unfortunately, but also the blink hit registering. Psychologist is on the ground. Gravekeeper is forced to come for this rescue, and Gardener is too dangerous for her to decode.
Oh, there. Gravekeeper was able to touch another Cypher, but it's so far away from actually being a threat to QingH. And I think, yeah, they put all their eggs in this basket near the the restaurant area. We do get a rescue, and everyone is quite injured, and the Gravekeeper is still going back into that shovel form. At least has one more for endgame. But now we need to see some heals going on, because they cannot approach the endgame here with this much, actually, they are going to get healed with borrowed time, but I'm just quite concerned when it comes to the leeches that there are on screen right now.
Yeah, a lot of things that is happening right now, but yeah, Cypher progress is just quite stagnant as well. All of them injured, and it's becoming a very tough situation for the bin survivors to bounce back from.
As long as they're still able to keep QingH on his toes, that's totally fine. Prioritize deleaching and then heal before you can try to push the Cyphers. But if you're able to find a Cypher that's away from this hotel area, that is more than optimal, because he is not moving away from the Cypher.
Yeah, QingH is actually doing a great job map pressuring, Cypher controlling, giving pressure onto the servers, preventing them from finding each other, healing each other. If you're gonna do so, you're gonna get free hits as well. So a lot of things to consider. We're seeing Psychologists finally getting healed up there, and Gravekeeper as well. Gardener would have to kite it out here, and luckily enough, it is the leech heat.
True. So now the main body has to move here just better to get leeched. This allows some Cypher progress to move forward, but luckily, like you said, the Psychologist and Gravekeeper have healed up, so either of them could go for this rescue or at least rotate, while the 20% Cypher is being moved accordingly. So QingH still camping out over at the hotel area, which again is still a big threat, but now they're opening up options, right? This next Cypher that I Eat Food is on will be the one that is going to be pressured.
That's right. A lot of things to work on, but let's see if enough time can be brought up for that Cypher to be decoded because the leech spawning time is another 8 more seconds. So
Yep.
quite sufficient, I believe, as we see a safe rescue coming in from the Gravekeeper.
Yep.
Let's see if a body block can happen here.
I think they might have to. Oh yeah, the pop is not gonna matter for the for the Gardener, but at least they can go for a second rescue. And like you said, if the Gravekeeper does what's that get leeched, it could be a lot harder. So we are gonna wait for QingH to go for that leech. Now 2 leeches via endgame is gonna be the name of the game for the survivors. Let's see how they're gonna manage this one out.
Yeah, a lot of things to consider. He needs to have a lot of leeches for that map, the endgame map control, gate control. As we see, Gravekeeper removing the leech right in front of the chair. Yeah, nothing much they could. Yeah, QingH is just in a sense it's being controlled by the survivors rather than the other way around. He does have blink to work with at the late game, so if that can happen early on successfully, then maybe a 3K could be possible.
Okay, gets the rescue. The body block needs to be imminent. Gets the body block, and now they have to go for that end game pop. So a 3-person end game for our survivors here. Not wasting any time, going into shovel form. Don't want to deal with that detention hit. Gardener has already built so much distance away, but he's gonna have to force to go there, and it would be a leech hit. There's only 1 leech on the map here, so they know they have to play the number games correctly. They don't want to force any ciphers, or they don't want to force any exit gate open just yet.
Right, so playing the long game here with QingH is gonna hurt QingH ultimately. As we see Gravekeeper's shovel almost out. So this is gonna be a very sticky situation that Eve has to be will be placed in. I mean, at least it's still in the penalty area, but the blink. What a brutal one. As we see QingH will be chairing the Gravekeeper, still has a full chair to sit on, and Gardener still has a leech on her.
Gardener has primed the leech. It is already about to be removed. So at least they just he has to leech the Gravekeeper. So can they actually make their way towards that exit gate? I Eat Food trying to make that exit gate open, but let's see if we're going to pressure a rescue here just for that exit gate to open for them to get a 1-person escape. QingH is already here. So Psychologist has to be very careful. No blink though, but let's see the pallet drop down. Unfortunately, hits through the pallet. Gardener unable to make the rescue attempt. QingH is already here. Uh-oh, hang on. Nice.
Oh, but unfortunately mistimed that. The bubble was still in effect when Gardener was vaulting, so I Eat Food will be seeing the chair next. Gravekeeper is removing his leech right now, and I'm not too sure where Gardener is at this point in time, but 13 seconds till when detention ends, so it's gonna be looking pretty good.
But the thing is, everyone's injured, so it's like the Hunter has detention. Unless they're able to heal up. At least there's no more leeched followers. I think Gardener is the best bet. At least there was a shield, which did correct me, able to get that rescue going. But you have to time that quite well. So now it seems like they are going to try and stall this one out before they push for that exit gate to open. Eve is already pressuring it just better as well, is trying to push for that exit gate, but unfortunately QingH able to snipe out the Gravekeeper. So can they actually tie this one out, Chocho?
I really doubt so. No items to work with and half health. Won't make it through anywhere here. The hit will still register as we see the Gardener manage to get the other side of the gate open, and this will guarantee at least a 1 escape instead of a 5 points to KON's Hunter QingH.
So KON winning the first round. Those minute decision makings, QingH was able to stay on top. Map 2 will come back even better here. So let's look at the match. We've been seeing a lot of Priestess. Priestess is quite good with connecting. At least you kind of counter the stuns if you're able to get your cats going on for the paint. They kind of are in a stalemate, but it's the Painter that only has 2 paintings to go versus BIN. Watch Spice and Chocho at your service for the commentary action.
Alright, heading straight for the Painter at the first top. Still, this is gonna be this was gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna be played out here. Fafaaa still trying to get closer towards the Painter, but the closer you get, the more he can see you. As you see that we're seeing the painting being launched here, and the cat catches on to Wolf.
Oh,
wow.
Able to actually get the painting going here, and now has access to kind of rotate here. So first painting down and out. We're still at the first minute of this chase. Cypher progress still moving on like quite well, but still let's see how well this will be. Again, Warp was the trait to be used. It's about to be off cooldown here, and Fafaaa able to get another cat going. No presence just yet on this end. Able to actually get the cancel, but not as he drops it. So paintings have already been expended. Now we have to rely on the pallets.
Wow, Wolf with that timing, I gotta say. This painter able to get those two out, but it's quite early into the matchup. Yeah, you mentioned. And Wolf, seems like he will be getting this hit. Yeah, the stun up and the hit will still register. There's no flywheel to work with, but a frog inflatable is available in the area to give that speed boost.
All right, so now Warp to trying to close the distance here, trying to make it towards the second story here. Let's see if he's going to be able to stop his attempts from dropping down, but we don't have a blink to do a drop down here. He's going to have to vault it, and still has access towards that fire investigator balloon just for him to go back to this palleted area behind the two-story building.
Yeah. Froggy putting a lot of work there. See Wolf able to mind game the hunter. Fafaaa missing out a little bit on there. Now 3 ciphers have been popped. Things are looking good for KON survivors. As you see, Fafaaa still unable to get the first down, waiting for his cat. So once this cat should be, it should be a down here already.
Yeah, so I mean, amazing job. I think Painter, that was his whole strategy there for him to just utilize 2 paintings, buy enough time for the 3 ciphers to pop, and now they can come into this mid game knowing that they have a bit of the advantage here, knowing that their last cipher is being worked on, and Fafaaa is kind of stuck in this area.
Great stuff. Great stuff regardless. I mean, for the side of KON, I mean, we love the painter mainly because of the chair situation, right? Even there's no such thing as going over half. You will just continue from where you left off, which is great because now Gravekeeper is coming in. Not much pressure. It's all about the waiting game here. Let's see if a double stun can happen for that denied rescue.
Okay, still waiting for the Gravekeeper to pop up from the shovel form. Gets the hit, no double stun, but a rescue. And now Wolf just trying to create that distance. Just let Tide Turner do its business. And now it just seems like the last cipher is already past the 50% mark. We're going to try to see Fafaaa kind of stall it out. Trump card is ready, but he still has to chair the painter. And like you called it, again, this is very targeted for him to be able to still guarantee a second chair.
Yeah, that's the thing. As we see that the 4th cipher has just been popped. Last cipher is at 61%. It's moving good, but a basement chair. The only person that could safely go down would have been the Gravekeeper, but he's half health. He's rescued already. So let's see how the rescue is gonna be made. It will be done by Rum.
Fire investigator making his way towards the basement. Cypher is about to be popped for the time that he will attempt. It's actually a double rescue. 2 survivors are coming in on all angles here, but there is a cat that is there. We're gonna get a drop down, and now this is actually gonna stop the attempts of Shiwu, but everyone still has that Tide Turner to go, the borrowed time to go with. So it's gonna be quite the attempt here for Fafaaa to try and get 1 survivor out of the game.
Yeah. We see that Wolf already got that hit. I guess they want to wait for a better timing or someone to get towards the gate before they pop the cipher for a better endgame result. As we see, Wolf will get stunned up immediately and the down will happen. Now Wolf still and now Fafaaa still has a warp to work with, so it could guarantee at least a 1 kill for now, but not too sure whether a tie or 3k game could be possible here.
Trump card used, and it seems like the Gravekeeper is the one to be the sacrificial lamb here for him to actually take this detention kite. But man, he's still got 2 shovels going, so he's gonna force out possibly an attack recovery here or attack hit, but he's still waiting for his cat cooldowns, and no one has rotated towards the other exit gate just yet.
Yeah, so this is giving opportunity for the survivors to, for Fafaaa actually to work on it, and a tie game, I think that's something that he'll be more than happy with, seeing both of them at the other side. There's no teleport, no warp to work with, but considering the start of the match and the progress of it, especially the ciphers just pushing all the way, Fafaaa should be contented with this tie.
Oh yeah, definitely, with how things started out. And you called it, right? Painter able to actually just buy enough time that both paintings were utilized so well. And also the chair times on the painter, just for him to actually be at the chapter here, for them to be able to face B4U, because however match stats dictate that kite on Wolf's side
into the mix here. I think this is the second wax artist we're seeing.
We did note Mushin did bring out wax artist, but that was game 1. Here is game of the survivors, and 3 tide turners. So just
Potentially the last half here, the Wax will be coming in and hopefully getting at least a tie game going against bin survivors. And the first chase, unfortunately, would be the Perfumer.
Perfumer already rotating away from the 2-story area next to Just Better, which Just Better can actually kind of provide a bit of support, but that's what the Wax Artist wants. He wants you to get with the stuns going on. We're already going to see the Perfume being laid out here. Unable to actually get the Perfume going back, and just like that, QingH has his first hit in the early minute of the game.
Yeah, very well played coming in from QingH. The disciplined action coming in from him as well. The Perfume also being expended early on here with 80% Wax, and soon enough it will be 100%. QingH not giving a single opportunity, but if he's trying to break line of sight, but not quite enough. Through the window and the hit registers. Cypher progress not so great. Added together, maybe just 1 Cypher each.
Okay, able to actually get a Wax Bomb just to block out that Cypher over at the bridge. And now it's I Eat Food that has to make the rotation to get this rescue going. Note that the closest one was the Archer, but the Archer does not have borrowed time, which is heavily needed here. So let's see if he's going to try and get some lineups here going. We're going to go for a Wax Bomb just to lock out the Cypher of Just Better.
Yep, seems like he did miss the Wax Bomb, unfortunately, and also missing a bulk of it right now as well. It's alright, since the Wax is can be replenished, it's cool, it's fine. But now I Eat Food will not be coming in for the rescue. It's just going to be giving that tinnitus, and I Eat Better. Seems like the Cypher this time around is built by the Wax Bomb.
Yeah, so 62% Wax onto that Archer. Full blood rescue possibly for I Eat Food, but time's a ticking here for them to be able to try and salvage the Perfumer. Again, Bin's win conditions, they need to at least tie to keep this going, and just like that, able to get a rescue, but Eve will be falling on the final chair here.
Unfortunately, yeah, that will be the case here. And up till now, the blink has yet been expended. So the bin survivors could be wondering whether he has brought excitement and not come in with any kind of support or harassment as well.
Okay, trying to block out that Cypher once again. And Cypher progress, again, says 4, but like 1 is about to pop. So technically 2 Cyphers already have significant progress on it. But this Perfumer will be heading back to that manor. QingH doing a great job. Let's see if he can get more than just a tie situation. Hasn't used the blink just yet, like you pointed out. Mercenary is injured. Puppeteer still has not made his presence known in this matchup. And now we're seeing survivors kind of just rotate away and try to salvage themselves for a bit and trying to come up with a game plan to try and push these Cyphers. But there are some Cyphers here on this side of the map that are cut off.
Yeah, and QingH has yet to realize that all 3 survivors are at the other side of the map. QingH is still wondering whether they are still here, so wasting quite a bit of time. And now Mercenary has been fully healed up. Tinnitus will be popped up very soon as we see the blood trace on the floor by the Mercenary.
Okay, let's see if he's going to commit towards that Mercenary. I like the discipline here just to rotate away. They don't want to stay too locked in on Cypher progress here. We actually see that the Archer is kind of hiding his way, but is he going to bait him? Actually sees the footmarks here, and now it is going to be Just Better to take this next kite.
Yeah. Does have full items to work with. A full kiting build, and the blink misses. If that connects, it would have been a Terror Shock, so I guess when it comes down to prediction, I guess QingH was a little bit short there when it comes to the distance, especially Just Better. Able to shoot that shot, but still gets the hit regardless. The flywheel missed as well. Man. So much Qing has been expended, and QingH forced to just stand still for the bleeding stop.
Wow, QingH playing very patient there, and the exchange unfortunately not in favor of Just Better with that flywheel being expended early on. Full presence now, and we also have that hot wax ready online, but Cypher progress, last Cypher is around 30 or 9%. However, that 90% Cypher over at the tent area is going to pop in just a bit. We do see the Archer has already stunned the Hunter, but we're at 97% and the hot wax will down this Archer.
Yes, quite unfortunately, as we see the last Cypher is on a standstill. Mercenary will most likely be coming in for the rescue, if not Puppeteer has the Tide Turner to work with. So on the bottom left we see that Puppeteer will be the one decoding, as well as Mercenary just hiding out in double story area giving tinnitus.
Yeah, Mercenary just forcing the QingH to stay here. Trump card will be available. Actually, is available. So there is that threat of teleport towards that end game. But right now, QingH's win condition, or at least needs to just tie this one out, is still quite good. I think he's at the second floor, but good job on the Mercenary. Again, this is... I Ate Food was able to get a clutch rescue over at the tent area. So now, let's see how he's going to play this one out. Note that the Archer does not have borrowed time. So once this rescue happens, we might pop right away.
Yeah, so what's best here would be no double down situation. With that elbow pad, yes, that's exactly what happened. Just better, just within this area still. They just popped the Cypher. They want to get the gate open and at least guarantee a tie game, but...
Whoa!
What? Hit backwards,
yeah, the exchange.
But... the exchange, but... I guess just better will be sent back to the mana. Nobody's opening the gates. Teleport is ready. So QingH, what is he gonna be doing here?
No one's touching the exit gate just yet, but we know that the Mercenary is hiding away here. QingH has the win condition for them to move on against B4U in here.
Oh.
I Ate Food is spotted out, but I feel like he's able to see. Catches the roller coaster just so that the Mercenary is going to have a tough time. He has one elbow pad to work with, but he's going to go all the way till the end, bring him towards Infamous. So the exit gates aren't open just yet, Chocho, so they don't have an end game ready yet.
They're bringing the gift all the way to the end game, to the end of the stop here as we see I Ate Food immediately padding away, but gate has not yet been touched. Infamous might want to rush this a little bit more. I Ate Food really trying to prolong as much as possible. One basic hit is fine, but QingH is not just gonna do that. He wants to put the hot wax and get that instant down. Infamous at 70%, and the immediate down onto the survivors.
Incredible performance. Infamous did get the exit gate going, but unfortunately unable to make that exit happen. So QingH looking to add more survivors, or looking to send back more survivors onto the manor here. So Puppeteer will be able to actually exit unless... No, actually, this is going to be a detention hit, but waiting for it to end, but no, able to tank it. So at least we are going to see a little bit of an escape there, but QingH able to get the victory conditions going for his team.
Yeah. Oh, but detention will be up in about 7 seconds. If it runs out, Mercenary can tank a basic hit and get out of here. But I Ate Food will be rotating further away from the area, trying to buy a little bit more, but Puppeteer can't really do much anyways.
Yeah, I got kind of scared for QingH here. So we are going to see the hot wax trick. Detention is going to be gone soon, and now the Mercenary, unfortunately, too far away from the dungeon and the exit gate. So QingH will be collecting his victory condition here if he chairs the Mercenary. So let's see if we're actually going to see the Puppeteer try to go for the rescue, because it's either a tie just to push things forward, and it seems like the Puppeteer will try to make his way towards the rocket chair.
That's right. Infamous is in the vicinity. I believe QingH also saw the black trace on the floor. He sees him. Let's see what he can do here. Alright, able to just... Yeah, lose line of sight, but he knows. QingH just knows. Infamous, let's see what he can do here. 100% wax there, but the hot wax will come through. 1/4 damage. Just trying to get closer towards the chair, but just not quite enough, unfortunately.
Qualify for the group stage of Call of the Abyss 9 to represent the NAEU region, AMEY, and now they will have to go up against KON, but
containment time of 53 seconds with the Perfumer. 91.
Quite the unconventional picks, but still, if you're able to get the victory, that's still congratulations.
Congratulations indeed.
I do think with today's game as well, as we do see here too, right? Home team given to the chance of getting the advantage of map select. We see here once again.
On the side of KON, we're gonna have King as the Dream Witch. It is a pretty big map, so we could expect...
Can stop the momentum of those leeches. And the Gravekeeper. Priestess shape up in the big bowl isn't them. On towards the persona page we go. This is Titan and Gravekeeper with...
And the Hunter will be going for the Priestess already up on the ship. We're going to see Lion is trying to rotate away, but it looks like the follower is going to be able to leech her immediately here at this window. And she's going to pick up the leech, and she's not going to take the window, and she's going to be going all the way around instead.
Very nice roll there. It seems like it's the main body taking it here instead. We're gonna have to be careful of the drop down here at the same time, but it does seem like Leon should be able to rotate towards this nearby pallet just underneath 2-story.
We're gonna have the patroller biting onto the Priestess immediately, and not enough distance away from the main body follower will be taking a hit, so the leech is still available and going after this Priestess.
Leon didn't really kite well for the first game up against that Dream Witch as well, but now for the second game, a little bit too close to the comfort here. No blink on that hands to use, and it's an instant hit down once again. A 50-second containment isn't long enough up against this Dream Witch, so B4U might be stuck in a hard place right now as finding that Priestess being dropped down close towards green.
First chair Cypher Machines, 70, 60, 40. And this is also a big map, so they have to transition to go for this rescue, which means that's going to be even slower Cypher progress. We're going to get another leech onto the Gravekeeper as he's going inside of his shovel to get ready for this rescue.
Nice pushback here, no damage rescue. Did not manage to make it on time as that's an instant hit, instant rescue there. But it's okay, Priestess still does have 2 more portals left on our hands to use. If we can get rid of this leech, that'll definitely speaking be the best case scenario. Trying to portal a portal right here, but it doesn't seem like we have the angle here just yet. Priestess going out here first as we're going to go out towards this leech. Is this main leech or is it second leech? But the portal came out just on time. It's a very nice out of distance here as our Dream Witch being forced to use her main body. The momentum has been lost.
Well, yeah, she was able to get enough distance away, so now the Hunter has to reset up all the followers, and now she's kind of out in the open here near the docks area, so she's gonna make it all the way towards the corner, but there isn't much areas to work with, and she doesn't have a portal quite yet.
Oh, no hit over there just yet. QingH has to be very careful right here as the leech will be given. That's not too bad. But see here, Gravekeeper's leech has almost been done. It's around 75% deleeching progress. Schmitty being very closely nearby too. We're almost 4 Cypher Machines done, and we've contained past the tide turner time. With just 1 additional tide turner, we should be able to see 4 full Cypher Machine decoding progress.
I mean, I'll have to say the portal utilizations were incredibly good. She was able to get out of the reach of the main body. And it looks like we're going to have the patroller coming out to try and get the bite onto the Magician as he's making this rescue. We can't see he also does have Tide Turner, so if he can just get this rescue safely, she will be able to last for a little bit longer.
Oh, the double hit, however. It's going to be 2 survivors down on the ground right now. Leon going towards the corner. We do have a portal ready on our hands, so you look, can we get upstairs? As QingH realizes this as well now, with a leech currently upstairs and another leech downstairs here. We're gonna blink open here with our main body, but that's okay. At least we forced out that blink early on as all the other leeches currently 20-second plus on the cooldown duration. Magician being left on the ground here by himself. If QingH can find this, it's a brilliant second chair.
And the Priestess will be chaired once again. This will be her third chair, so she will be actually returning to the manor. And we have an injured Gravekeeper, a downed Magician, and a healthy Antiquarian. We have 3 Cypher Machines have been completed. The 4th one has significant progress, but they're still lacking a last Cypher Machine. The Hunter has spotted out the 2 survivors, and she will be able to get a leech onto the Magician.
Gravekeeper in danger right now. We do have a shovel left on our hands to use as well. 2 full shovels here because we did do a dash over towards the first chair. But now Magician, no deleech progress on our marks as well. And now QingH looking for the Gravekeeper here. Gravekeeper might be able to get caught off guard, but that's okay. Shovel here being used instantly. That was only a 40% shovel, so it's not that bad. And of course, look at that additional Cypher Machine already at 60%. Schmitty running out straight towards the Hunter, however, though. We're giving free movement here for some reason. As right now, as long as our Anti-Current can finish off that Cypher Machine, we're at a really good pace, but seems like the momentum has to be stopped here for a while as we're trying to map control in between.
And we have seen the last 2 Cypher Machines are being primed up at 79 and 89, so they just need to keep the Hunter's attention diverted for a little, is able to get that vault and stay alive. So wonderful kiting on the side of the Gravekeeper and the Magician. They're buying enough time. The 4th Cypher Machines pop, last Cypher Machine at 79%.
Oh, but we cannot decode this one though. One last shovel here. Currently being forced out from the side of Gravekeeper. Seems like Anti-Current has to go around to look for D-Leech marks for the Magician as well, as we're now forcing the Gravekeeper out of his shovel. No blink here ready just yet, except for the fact that Magician does have blink on his Leech. Now looking for Roland, who is a half health. Anti-Current here trying to rotate around to finish off that Cypher Machine, or maybe even just to heal. But QingH does have fun as it does activate right now. We're trying to play mind games here as much as we can. We're going to look on towards around here, and it's an instant hit down on towards the Gravekeeper. Magician barely 29% Z Leech.
And it also was a main body leech, main body follower, so his leech is still on the Gravekeeper. Hunter's going to get another leech onto the Survivor. So 4 followers all around the map. They need to start deleeching soon, and it looks like the Antiquarian has to be... Oh, the Cypher Machines are primed, so if they can just get that endgame situation. Antiquarian does not have borrowed time, and neither does the Magician.
Yes, but with that leech here camping the Cypher Machine right now, I feel like it would have been better just to pop the Cypher Machine and see whether or not we can get one-man escape. But everyone would leech right now. Very nice play from the side of Anti. But let's not forget one more thing. Blink is running in 35 seconds. The longer we prolong, the worse it gets. Nice rescue from the side of Anti-Current. Magician wanting to go in to decode that Cypher Machine as well, but the blink was cancelled as we're going to put that leech in between the pallet right now. Cypher Machine currently at 98%. Anti-Current might go down, but a flip here comes over here. First thing said, Gravekeeper has the body block. A Gravekeeper body blocks, and we're able to pop the Cypher Machine on time. It's a true man endgame right now, looking for the words of Gravekeeper. No blink ready on the hands to use as well from QingH. Another 30 seconds left on the hands. But let's not forget, at the same time, it's literally one survivor at the gate each here. No one here just yet. Leeching onto our Schmitty here one last time. QingH trying to get this down here as soon as we can, because if we don't, the other gate can get open just about on time. It's a nice hit on towards the Magician, but it just seems like there's no one on the other side just yet.
It does look like Green is going to the cornfield gate, but he's not quite there, and the Hunter's already moving away from the Magician, and it looks like she's going to be able to run into Roland, but he's waiting near the boat, and his leech is still nearby, so the Hunter knows where he is. Now she's slowly getting closer and closer to the Antiquarian. Still hasn't been able to touch the gate. Now she'll be able to chair the Magician once again.
Yes, but Anti here is the slowest decoder of them all. It seems like Roland here will be caught off guard here with his own leech as well. That leech is followed up pretty closely here as QingH trying to look for where the Anti-Current is, but Anti be able to successfully get away from our... No, do we get away? We don't really get away here just yet. We're running straight towards the Dream Witch's main body. There comes out Roland here close towards the middle. We're trying to go for this camp here one more time, but we aren't at full health. We don't have enough time here. Anti-Current be able to successfully rotate away, but it doesn't mean much. Blink ready on the side of QingH's leech here from the side of Magician. It's going to be an instant blink down, as now Green left his own demise. He's still stuck there towards the shack area. QingH, it's a guaranteed 3k, and the Crows just to showcase where our Antiquarian is. This should be a 4k.
I mean, now the Hunter knows where this Antiquarian, she can just leech him, and that's the endgame situation. Detention is still up. Gravekeeper she's going to wait to chair this Gravekeeper because she doesn't want to give that dungeon escape just in case. She's going to blink right through, and she's going to be able to catch up to Green quite soon, and we'll be able to leech this Antiquarian once again.
Oh, there comes... Oh, never mind. We got a leech here first, and of course the pickup and the drop down should be guaranteeing this 4-man elimination game. They did manage to rebound their first game there up against their first Dream Witch, but it just was not enough. Green here once again. There is blink ready, but we flywheeled here first. We're a little bit scared there on that side. You can't blame him as well, but that's an instant hit down, and now Anti will be the sacrificial lamb.
So giving them a 5-point lead already in the first half.
Priestess, who was first chase, only 53 seconds here, which is a little bit during the second chase as well, because the survivors can just Sprintzer here spawning right in between the middle. And Bomber first chase definitely really want this 4-man elimination game.
And it looks like the Hunter will be going after Wolf, the Embalmer, as the first chase. He's going to be ready to set up his first cage. He does have enough resentment, and Wolf's just going to be waiting around here at this window so that he can be caged with this window.
Oh, nice window lock there. This will be instant. Oh, not just yet. Barely missing it as Wolf. Very nice call here, but the hit will still register in another 6 seconds. We got stuck there a little bit, so could not use the movement speed boost out. Sprintzer under the cage right now. Hands to use, but Wolf went towards the other side, but we're going to wait right here a little bit. Right in towards the hands of our Hunter. That's an insanely fast down. 42 seconds. That's faster than last game.
And we weren't able to see whether the Embalmer put down his coffin Okay, he was able to put it down near the windows area, triple windows, and he'll be resurrecting himself immediately so the survivors can get a little more decoding in. And Hunter's just waiting for him to resurrect and get a hit onto him as quickly as possible after the bubble.
Exactly, not only that too, if we do vault over that, it's okay for Sprintzer. Sprintzer has a lot here to work with as well. It's still a 15-second cooldown at the same time. Instant, nicely done. Flywheel got failed! There was a broken wheel instead. Second chair, 70 seconds, 80 seconds in towards the game. Abnormal has yet to be used, but look at how close we're towards the Cypher machines right now.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to be cheering him here in this shack. Rum is in the area. He's trying to creep away, but the blood trails have been seen because the Hunter's walking right towards him. And this is also going to give him the chance to utilize his abnormal, but it looks like he will be able to make it to this Cypher machine and abnormal it just in time. They're going to be able to get that free backdoor rescue, and he's going to be able to get the hit immediately.
It doesn't even matter. We tried to rebound kite there. Yes, the max presence here is good from the side of Sprintzer, as we finally did get it since it was a no damage rescue. But look at this decoding in progress. Only 2 Cypher machines done. There's now Embalmer. Yes, he won't be able to break the cage. That's an instant chair here as well from the side of Sprintzer. Teleport over straight towards the side. And now, no time being bought from the survivors at all. Wanted to order on Professor earlier on too. I see you running towards Professor Cypher machine, but now everyone has to rotate. But if you rotate, that just means Sprintzer get his resentment ASAP.
I mean, we have the first survivor sent back to the manor, but only 2 Cypher machines have been completed because the well usage of the abnormal. Now the survivors are rotating and trying to stay as far away from this Hunter. The good thing that for the side of the survivors, they are all at full health, so anybody can take this kite, and they all have full items left to utilize. Sprintzer just needs to make up his mind, and it looks like he's going to be going towards Honor.
Oh, Honor here can't be caught off guard, because if it's a caught off guard, it's an instant teleport over Honor. Once again, we need to open that pocket watch a little bit early there. Nice utilization here as we're trying to look for Honor, but it's okay, Sprintzer, just leave away from this area. Once that pocket watch has dissipated, you can come back to him once again. Honor being very close right now. It has success. You know, it hasn't landed here, Sprintzer. Backstep will happen, Sprintzer. What a dodge. We're able to get a hit there instantly as well. Honor, no item set. Sprintzer, 65 resentment stacks. Sprintzer, we should be able to get this Professor, not Professor. First officer down, no hit there over towards the side of Honor here. Just said he's trying to survive for a little bit longer. Sprintzer did get stuck here. Nice teleport over from the other side, but it's an instant dead as we're missing a full Cypher machine. Abnormal is ready. 2 Cypher machines at 60 as Rum has to be forced to rescue once again.
And this will be the first chair for the first officer. The professor is still far out, so if the Hunter does see him, and he could get an early hit here, and if he utilizes his cage well, he can get this early hit here, but it doesn't look like the Hunter is able to figure out where the survivor is. So he is buying some time, but they need the Cypher progress, so it looks like they're going to go for an after half rescue if he doesn't start moving soon.
Yes, but it seems like Sprintzer. Skating around here looking for the Professor. Professor's right in front of us. We should be able to hear him, and there we go. Hello, my friend. 2 shell shocks used instantly. We teleported over out of all things. Flywheel, nice hit, but we're so far away from the chair right now, Professor. Knowing that he cannot make it towards this side. So many resentments, so many stacks. Looking for the Professor right now. Pallet there will not be dropped down here just yet. But yes, the window vault comes in instead. Professor straight in towards the arms. Not just yet. Flywheel not ready. Instant down. And see who Cypher machine was decoding. Sprintzer did see. Might be a teleport straight towards the other side. But there we go. Sprintzer, no hesitation at all. Butchers will be seen here instantly. Dungeon now, currently by Meteorologist. Scale currently ready to hand to use as well. But does it matter? Up against a 90 stack Goatman. Sprintzer, we're looking for CU right now, so we might be able to go towards the other side. We have to go down with another cage, and no terror shock hit down. That's okay, we're able to survive for a tiny bit longer, but it's still 2 Cypher machine left in the hands to use, but once again, no hit.
She does have her wind ready to push back the Hunter if he gets too close, but she's able to outlast 2 cages so far. She's going to utilize her push ability, and the Hunter, now he's going to be able to get the hit onto the Meteorologist for the first time. The Professor was able to heal up, so there are still 2 survivors, but they're both at half health, and 1 survivor being occupied. They need to start finishing up that 4th Cypher machine.
Oh, Siu straight towards the hand. We couldn't get that gale out on time, and we see where Rum is currently decoding. We see as well right now, we could potentially speaking pick up, but this drop down will have to be close towards the middle. We cannot share this Meteorologist at all. They're missing way too many Cypher machines. But what Sprintzer is doing really well here is he's trying to buy time for the teleport. We do not know where Rum here is just yet, but we do know that he is rotating the best he can as he's making his way towards the big bowl.
And Rum has to stay hidden the entire time because he does not have self-heal. And as soon as he downs Rum, there isn't much options left for the side of the survivors. So it looks like Rum noticed the Hunter. Once he touched that Cypher machine, it's going to wiggle. So the Hunter is going to be able to see it. Then he's going to go in the opposite direction so that he can confuse the Hunter. And that's going to allow some time for the meteorologist to heal up. She is at 90% so far.
Yes, but not only that, you see as well, Professor, a really good job here too. He's hiding at the corner of the side entrance of Big Bow. Siu at the same time running towards as far away as we can here, but she is almost bled out. So from the side of Sprintzer right now, this locationing is going to be really hard. Rum's doing a really good job here too, but that's double cages. No Tonight here once again. Sprintzer here might have to get out of this area ASAP and go towards the other side of Big Bow.
Right. Another option for Sprintzer is he can wait for the... Oh, we got the crows onto Rum, so now the Hunter can finally go after this Professor. He is all the way in the corner of Docks, and the Hunter has a lot of resentment to utilize. It looks like he's going to be taking the next chase.
Oh, but now the question is, how long can we kite here, isn't it? It's going to be crows here instantly from the side of Professor, but once again, Shell Shock, can we bait it out? We baited it out! Just like that, and with a second utilization there, just on time as well. Professor Flywheel was ready but couldn't get it on. Teleport straight towards Siu right now. We saw the Cypher machine shaking earlier on, and there we go. That's the man that we know. There is that meteorologist once again. One last scale. Straight towards basement we go, and good night, KON. It might have been a 4-man, but that does not matter. 4-man elimination here from the side of Sprintzer. We're moving on towards game 2. As well, he did have Flywheel. He did have all the knee-jerk reflex.
First officer.
Exactly, but honestly speaking,
It's just since they played the first matchup and then they got to rest
during the last matchup, right? But this time with Painter, with our
in between the survivors at the dancing geisha
on Painter as well. We did want to go up against that Dreamwitch, but no. Directly going towards middle here, we do see Honor nearby, who is definitely one of the better chases here for Opera soon to unlock that max presence. And it does seem like we're going to lock in straight towards the Gravekeeper as he goes in towards the shovel.
Hunter's going to be breaking this pallet so that the Gravekeeper can't hide underneath it. These 2 pallets haven't been thrown down, so as soon as he's hit outside of his shovel, he will be able to utilize the pallet right away. But he's just going to be transitioning away to a better area. Hunter going right back into her shadow form and closing the distance.
Very nicely done there by Honor, because he does. Oh, what a hit! Cancel! No, that's not good. Back in towards the shovel forming we go then. Blink ready in 23 seconds as 2 of these pallets are now gone. Honor being forced to go back towards this 1 pallet area. Well, maybe 2 pallet area there, as we didn't drop anything down there just yet. Being forced out here one last time. We're stuck in a hard place.
Going to be throwing down both of these pallets, but no shovel left to utilize. So as the Hunter breaks these pallets, he needs to transition away. But going back to a remnant, catching him off guard, and we'll be able to down him for the first time.
Oh, it's such a fast down here. 69 seconds from the side of this opera singer. Now, I would say Honor did a very good job there on not dropping the pallet, because Sprintzer did leave a remnant right in between, meaning that he can go either direction. But now we're stuck with Siu here with the rescue aeroplane. It does have Flywheel, does have our jetpack ready on hand to use as well, but the catch up here is going to be really fast. Shadow Dance back here instantly as well, looking for that Gravekeeper. Siu should be able to make it on time, but Blink here is ready. We have to be very careful, but no! Decided not to Blink Terror Shock it down. And we want to get a hit on towards that aeroplanist, and then potentially speaking go for Honor, but then we missed it, so the catch up might take a while.
With Tide Turner available, as long as she gets it down in time, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But not able to get a hit onto that survivor will allow them for another rescue. We'll be able to get the down onto this Gravekeeper as he go out to the open, and will be checked for the second time.
Wolf here seems like he's on his way in here to rescue, or maybe not. We did go a little bit closer towards middle there as well, as yes, it's as you've said, Gummy, that aeroplanist is currently hovering around right now. He's going to be on his way here to rescue one more time. Siu hiding his footprints from this side. We're doing a really good job hiding, but this is the Sprintzer we're talking about. Can we find him? We might be able to hear him. We don't hear him just yet, as the Shadow Dance back comes in instantly as well.
And that's going to allow the airplanist to make his way towards this chair. Hunter will be waiting for him, and he doesn't get the hit onto the airplanes, but an immediate hit onto the Gravekeeper, sending the Gravekeeper back to the manor, as this is going to be his third chair.
But then, if that's the case, the last 2 Cypher machine here currently being decoded. We're going to try look for Siu here. The only one without borrowed time could guarantee a 3-man elimination game. Sprintzer making his way towards this aeroplanist, who does still have one last jetpack on his hands to use here as well. But it is still Corner House that we're talking about. One of the best places for survivors to kite.
And it looks like he's just going to be throwing down this pallet and utilizing his jetpack to contain the hunter somewhere near this corner house. Being patient here with the pallet, but needs to be careful since this hunter is very fast. Flywheels, and he's able to make it past the pallet, but he's being a little too patient and will be able to take the first hit here.
Blink ready on our hands to use as well. Sprintzer, if you want to, you can force a blink down here as we're very close towards the other pallet. Nice vault over. Aye, terror shock hit down. And we're currently near the last pallet here too, so that simply just means no tie turner. They have to open a completely new one while finishing up that 61% cipher.
I mean, since the two survivors are still at full health, so they can definitely come in for this rescue. Hunter will be chairing him here towards the middle, so he will be nearby Wolf, and the hunter will be pressuring this painter.
Oh, Painter might be able to get a painting here if we are lucky enough. Seems like Shadow Dance back here instantly as well, and Archer is now nearby. Painter couldn't really get a face of the opera singer here too. Can Wolf put that on? Wolf is going to come in, and we do see as well Archer trying to finish off that cipher machine nearby.
Taking the hit and getting the rescue off, starting his painting so he can stun this hunter.
Wow.
And we'll be able to get the pallet stun. So buying a little more time, the airplanist has got some distance away. Now the hunter's going to be going for the painter, and we'll be able to down this painter next.
It seems like we're going to go look towards our Archer right now, as Aeroplanist is currently upstairs, but we see which cipher machine it is as well. Immediate teleport over, no questions asked. We know how much decoding progress on that cipher. One last jetpack on our hands to use. Two should be able to get out here ASAP. We did manage to get the vault over here at the same time too, but a 66% cipher machine in which we've pulled away puts Survivor at a really huge advantage. Pallet here will have to be destroyed no matter what. Painter did get up on time as well. There's now the speed boost for the catch up. Aeroplanist left on his own. That's a nice hit down. We did see Aero using the flywheel too, so we're going to try and guarantee this 3-man elimination, or this no borrow time Aeroplanist into a 3-man elimination.
And it looks like Sprintzer wants to bring him more towards the middle so he can have a little more cipher control. We have the Archer coming in for the rescue. She's going around the back so the hunter doesn't catch her too far off from this chair. And the hunter can see they are starting a new cipher machine. It's around 52%.
Archer, we are making our way in right now, but we are quite early at the same time, so let's not forget here, Archer will be forced to rescue. We should be able to get a hit here and then go for the rescue, but it seems like we just want to target hit down. Sprintzer thinking the cipher machine here definitely will be enough. That's a nice rescue there from the side of our Archer. But now, mind games. Oh, nice flywheel. They didn't get a hit on towards anyone there just yet. Archer did manage to body block here on time as well. We're going to be able to get a stun here on time. We shouldn't go for the max stun. We should go for 60. But it seems like with the cipher machine being popped early on as well, Exegate, no one there just yet, but we do have teleport ready in 16 seconds. Sprintzer should be able to get this aeroplane down just about on time as well. Nice hit down, no flywheel able to be used, and all the survivors barely on the other side. 9 seconds until teleport is ready. We should be able to guarantee a 3k.
So it looks like he's finally able to chair the aeroplanist, and teleport is now back up. Exegate at 36%. He's gonna teleport right towards it, and we see double stun. We have the Archer trying to get her arrows and the painting, stopping the hunter from downing any survivors too soon.
Wait, we missed that bow and arrow. Looking for our Painter right now. Painter stuck in a hard place. Nice start, stuck it down. We can chair Painter here. Look for Archer here instantly, and she's barely on the other side of the gate. Sprintzer have to play this very safely here as the pickup does come up on time. Archer not at a gate here just yet, but it's an Opera Stinger endgame we're talking about. It does not matter how long the gate takes to open. Opera only needs 6 seconds on her hands to use, and Sprintzer being able to take this advantage at point as well. If we landed that bow and arrow, it would have been way easier for survivors to get a one-man escape. But right now, swinging where Archer is, we don't hear Tenai's here just yet. Don't hear anything just yet as well, because Archer is doing a really good job at hiding. We're going to Shadow Dance back here instantly as well. Archer being able to show that Tenai's range here too, but losing it, meaning that Sprintzer should know where the survivor is. S-Pallet right on our side to use as well. Rum trying his best here to hide. We know where Dungeon is, but with the survivor on the other side, it does seem like we do predict where the survivor is as well. Archer, one last fly, one last 1 hour, one last backdash. We won't be able, no, we didn't manage to get it on time with a Shadow Dance. We won't Shadow Dance here. We need to wait. We need to wait as soon as we can, but let's not forget, we just have to land this bow and arrow. Can we get it? We couldn't as Sprintzer. Very beautiful attack recovery cancel, and another 4-man endgame.
Wow, just amazing job as Sprintzer is able to secure the 4-man elimination once again.
50 stacks on towards the Opera Singer. We could pop instantly, and then right, KON did so good early game. Honor with that 74-second contain.
And then get an immediate hit, and that's how the Axe-Boy is going to be spawning right next to the Embalmer. So
Axe-Boy, which is a very good fun and surprise pick, is going to be going trump card attention along.
And we're going to have the Hunter. He's actually going towards the middle where he'll be running into Lion as the first chase. She's making her way towards the double pallets here. Hunter did get a little speed boost with that fireball and is going to be able to catch up to this survivor.
A fairly quick catch-up as we did manage to get a restful road here on time as well. However, let's not forget at the same time, this is a journalist that we're talking about. So with that in mind, nice speed boost over. We might be able to get a hit here. Oh, Lion being forced to take a hit here, which is a little bit unfortunate. Very close towards green as well. CH did a really good job there with the speed boost himself, but it's okay. It's a no borrowed time journalist, so she was the sacrificial lamb in the first place.
And the Hunter will be setting up another tree here to try and sniper out with the fireballs if they are available. She's looking back to continuously use her projection, her little Orpheus to try and body block, but it looks like she has a lot of distance away. As soon as the Hunter sets up a tree, she always transitions out. Now she's making her way inside of Graveyard.
What I do really like about that scenario is the fact that whoever was at middle who was rolled in got the tree towards 99%, in which Lian very easily being able to dismantle it, and with no items they're left to use, it seems like we have a little Orpheus left on towards our side as well. We're going to try to play the mind games as much as we can, but QingH, can we manage to get this on time as well? It's going to be the speed boost out here as much as we can. We need that. We did manage to dodge it there on time, but that's a little Orpheus there used personally once again though. Maybe we'll be able to run towards the corner there, but Embalmer, let's not forget, saw the face of that. Oh, we hit the wrong character. We could have waited there until that little Orpheus gone, but Lian, we're able to find a lifeline here. Blink might actually be forced to blink down instantly, but that's what B4U wanted. You can actually full sell up against this Embalmer now. Not Embalmer, up against this journalist now.
Yeah, I mean, she got a very early hit in the beginning because she failed that. Oh, we're gonna get a basement chair. I mean, we have the mercenary with Ty Turner and the journalist with Ty Turner, so no other survivors. So if they do go for this rescue, it's gonna be the mercenary since he can safely get her out of the basement with that rescue. But it doesn't look like he's making his way towards the chair, and okay, he's hiding behind. He doesn't want to be caught off too far away because then he'll just be able to eat a free hit.
Yes. Right now I feel like we're gonna go for the full sell. QingH here still not being able to see where Mercenary is because his own tree is blocking his field of view. So right now losing that tonight might be forcing QingH here to run away from this area, as we do see where Mercenary now, where he is now. But also at the same time, you see Green as well trying to make his way in here. So it's gonna be an after half instantly. Mercenary could be making his way over too at the same time, but it just seems like Roland will be caught off guard at least, and we have to go for the full sell from the side of this journalist.
I mean, what the journalist is very good is she forced out that blink, and so now he doesn't have that trait as he's going against these survivors. Green making his way back towards okay, he's going to utilize his upward propel to avoid the fireball, and is able to make his way to the pallet, so he's in a safe area. Hunter looking for a different survivor. He's waiting around the middle. He will be picking up a branch. The closest survivor is Roland, but I know Mercenary is the best chase.
Yeah, he is the one with Ty Turner though, which is the good news here. Nice elbow pad out here just on time, but let's not forget, Cypher Machine there at Graveyard was originally speaking Embalmer, so there is some decoding progress at the same time, but we dodged that just on time. That was so close. QingH there barely missing it, unfortunately, as we just finished our third Cypher Machine.
And the Hunter will be making his way back towards the Aeroplanist to stop that Cypher from being finished. Aeroplanist needs to be careful when he kites inside of Graveyard. We don't want another basement rescue. And we'll be setting up a tree here on this Cypher Machine.
Yeah, but it seems like Embalmer here, very sneaky, making his way over towards Aeroplane, as Aero being able to get that 4th Cypher Machine done on time. Cypher currently upstairs here, which is Mercenary, but see how close these last few Cypher Machines are. One at middle, one at Balkan, the other one here at S Pallet. Roland might be forced to use an elbow pad here instantly as well, because we don't want to get that Blink Terror Shock hit down. So now, playing everything very safely. We do have Teleport ready on hands to use, going straight towards the S Pallet right now. The second containment begins finally. Ooh!
Is able to finally snag him out with that fireball, and he's going to utilize teleport as the Cypher is being decoded, and he's going to be running into the Embalmer here. Wonderful flywheel is able to avoid that hit. He's going to be able to throw down this pallet. There aren't any fireballs that can help him at the moment.
Fireball trying to get the snipe here. Couldn't missed it, unfortunately speaking, because we did not have Restful Road on hand. However, see here, once again, it's green back towards the Cypher, giving as much pressure as possible. Meanwhile, Mercenary here is literally free roaming on that Cypher machine at S pallet. We're currently open a Cypher machine here each, but Aeroplanist needs to maintain full health for either the second chase or the one survivor that has to be stuck around in middle, as Mercenary will be forced to rotate out early, and then once again, Embalmer back on dash Cypher machine at Geishas.
So survivors working on the complete opposite side Cypher machines to continuously divide the hunter's attention.
Oh.
If the hunter goes for the okay, he avoided the hit, but he will get the snipe and will be able to down this mercenary. He does have a little time left because he has the delayed damage, but the hunter will be able to chair this next survivor. Cypher machine's behind, and this is an endgame situation. 3 survivors running.
But here QingH right now missed the hit there, unfortunately speaking. No fireballs on our hands to use as well. We're gonna have to use this one here for the instant catch up, but Roland playing mind games here, playing very safe. There's 2 long pallets here to play around with, so now we're gonna be playing around one single pallet. We're gonna be able to vault over and get the normal hit down. Now, no one at the extra XK here just yet. We do need Aeroplaners here at middle to at least guarantee the 1 man, but as long as Aero stays near the other side, that's all what it matters. But it seems like from the side of the Embalmer, dropping the coffin down there early, and we're now running towards Mercenary. The dungeon is nearby, however, with teleport ready on our hands to use, it's going to be instant teleport over towards the other side here as well. Green has items here to use, has pallets to play around with as well, has to drop the first pallet here just on time as well, but it's going to be the jetpack out here instantly. Second jetpack, third jetpack to go back, but what a dodge! Green be able to get behind the pallet just on time! What was that? Now then, once again, no restful road on our hands to use as well, be able to get towards these 2 pallets, and Bomber being able to get the rescue here on time as well. What a flex here from Green! Now then, speed boost one more time, could not take that boost sadly, so Embalmer here, not Embalmer, what? Aeroplane is here, being able to run towards the corner as now being forced to get the hit down. They're almost at the other gate, but guess who we're embalming? It's that Aeroplanist! Now, Aeroplanist being able to get that coffin. No one at the other gate, no, they're both at the other gate. Embalmer here should be able, oh, he didn't get it. He wasn't able to get it on time, but that doesn't matter as the other gate is now open. 80% decoding progress, and all what we need here is a 1-man escape, but B4U guaranteed a tie.
And that's a 2 escape for the side of the force it because we have tie turner and we think we can get it, but not Resty journalist. And if we do look at the hunter containment time, Roland
side of B4U, there is gonna be maybe a hint of Sprintzer's dream.
She's been out of the meta for quite some time, but
now.
Right, so we have 3 borrowed times, only 1.
It does not end just yet. QingH, Trauma Detention, Overwhelm, Berserker, yes, alongside which Desperate Fight as well. The first chase here will be our meteorologist one more time. Leon is getting all the action today as the lock is going straight towards Puppeteer.
So it looks like the first chase will be on the meteorologist, utilizing her cloud to go over the gate and by a lot of distance. Now she's able to transition into the graveyard where there's going to be a lot of pallets for her to work with, but she also has to be careful that she doesn't get a recorded.
She does have Nature Reflex here though, as we did manage to get our second guild there ready. This is going to be a small mini pushback here just about on time, but it's such a far pushback as well. This allows Leons to go back towards that window and potentially speaking get a Nature Reflex for a more distance speed boost out. Here we go, Nature being able to take a ride there back towards graveyard we go, in which no pallets are being used.
So she's going to be utilizing that recording, so the meteorologist is going to go all the way around and will be able to finally drop down this pallet. And she's able to also push him back, so a lot of distance away from this clerk, still not able to land the first hit. It looks like she's trying to bait the blink and is able to finally get the hit with that blink usage.
Okay, QingH has to drop down the pallet and then move his speed was out here, but it seems like we couldn't find the time to do so. As Green is ready nearby for support. Arrow, bow and arrow, ready on the hand of Archer here to use. We just need 1 good stun as we're trying to dodge as much as we can. It's only 50 stack here, which isn't too bad, but we did get a lockdown. Can we get a hit? We did it! Oh no, QingH! That's gonna be a crossbow back here. Another stun, allowing allowing Leon to pull this his way, but let's not forget, no window lock here. And another speed boost. So we're trying to lock this puppet here, but it just doesn't matter.
Wonderful support from the Archer is able to let the meteorologist travel all the way through the church, and he's back for more harassment. Hunter is going to be stunned once again. Utilizing that blink actually opened up the survivor's chance to come in for the assist harassing, because now they know she doesn't have excitement, and now she's free to support as much as they want.
Oh, Patterson, can we get it on time? We didn't get it on time here as Lian, unfortunately speaking, will have to go down, but that is definitely okay. For our Clerk right now, 2 scrolls on our hands to use. Archer already starting the new Cypher machine, as a 91% Cypher has to be decoded here by Roland. We do only have 1 Pie Turner here. That's a nice lock onto his Roland, but it doesn't matter, as our first officer is going to be the first one to come into rescue anyways.
So much progress on the Cypher machines. Almost basically a 3 Cypher kite, because we already have the last 2 Cypher machines started on. The first officer coming in for the rescue, utilizing his pocket watch so he can safely make it to the chair. And he needs to make it before the halfway mark. They're baiting it to be safe and is able to get the rescue safely without any injury. Will be taking the body hit block, and the Archer's already here for more harassment.
Not only that as well, Archer here currently at full health. Number 1 round right now has to use as well. 60 slacks here instantly. Lian trying to get towards the window, but I feel like we might not be able to make it on time. No charge attack here used. Charge attack will be used here, as that's going to be a distance pulled out, but that's still okay. Green here currently nearby. Don't think we can really do much in a scenario where you don't have any bows and arrows left, but I do think what is the huge possibility is the fact that we want to finish off this middle Cypher machine first, as of course the other 2 Cyphers outside has to be stopped. So as long as we can get first officer back towards full health, it's a very, very, very good game here from the side of B4U.
Second chair inside of the basement, but there's no other survivors with Tide Turner, and we don't have much bows left for harassment, so this rescue might be very challenging. They might have to just sell at this point. We're gonna have the hunter record the first officer. That's gonna slow down the decoding, but we can see Green is feeding tinnitus, so the hunter is a little reluctant to leave.
Yes, but let's not forget about at the same time, if B4U makes the mistake of trying to tunnel this Cypher machine, then it means that QingH has the chance to abnormal kick here as well. Seems like Archer starting a new Cypher machine here instantly. We do want to try get this first officer down, as Blink is currently ready up to go as well, so FO cannot show his face. Schmitty here, back towards the Cypher, but it seems like QingH might just be able to find him here.
It does look like he is choosing to go after the next survivor as the Puppeteer, but Puppeteer can tank quite a lot of hits and just buy them just enough times for them to have that an extra last Cypher machine. But Cypher machine progress is not currently moving, which means they're either healing up or they're transitioning away, and it looks like they will be able to now start priming the last 2 Cyphers.
Exactly. It seems like Green here will be locked again as the Archer. We did manage to get a pallet dropped in on time, but it doesn't matter. Lil Lewis here ready once again for Schmitty, so instant pickup. And now with that in mind, Green just around getting the walls there broken for an easier rebound containment during the end game. But once again, Blink is ready. Yeah, it's a bit predictable there. Schmitty was able to block it with that Lil Lewis.
So is able to kite a little bit longer. Last 2 Cypher machines, they only need 1. It's almost prime 91%, as it was a little normal with the recording. Hunter will be changing targets and going towards Roland. They're just gonna pop the Cypher machine, and that's a 3-man endgame situation. Hunter does have detention, and it looks like she was trying to go after the first officer.
I'm not too sure if this is a good idea. We just used Blink as well. First off, the has pocket watch here on our hands to use as well. Dungeon is pretty nearby. B4U has a really good chance here of a 3-man escape game. Now QingH on the other side, we need to be able to lock that gate, but it seems like Green here is not willing to touch it here just yet. Roland should be able to go back straight towards that Cypher machine exit gate as well, as now QingH has to be locked in here between the 2. Archer has a needle, not any other items to use, but Roland's gate will be locked there one more time. Both survivors here clustered at the same area. We're going to spread out across. Towards the east will be our Puppeteer, and towards the west is going to be Green. Sorry, I got my directions wrong, but even so, with that in mind, no speed boost out, flywheel's ready, and there's also a crossbow as well to use.
Yeah, 1 survivor each at the gates, forcing the hunter to choose 1 gate. She can't stray too far away from the exit gates, because that's going to allow the exit gates to be open. The survivors just taking turns, taking the chase, continuously leading the hunter away from the exit gates.
Ooh!
The hit while he's in his puppet form.
But we're back towards Green here once again, right? Green, 1 crossbow to use. The gate is already open. Hold on a second. We're going to be able to get that on time here, as on the other side, we're going to be forced to get the hit here, but it doesn't matter. First officer, Cypher machine clear, 84%. We're not decoding here anymore. We don't even have any scrolls left in our hands to use as well. It's almost done here, just about on time. Schmitty going over, trying to crouch and take it, but it doesn't matter. It's a 3-man escape game here for B4U.
Because of the point differential, it doesn't look like the con side can make enough points divert the hunter's attention so well. They were able to open up both exit gates, and this is the survivors just really took advantage of that.
Yes, exactly.
Amazing job on especially Sprintzer in the very beginning. and very much deserved. Being able to get the format.
But with today's results, these are everything. B4U will be our second team that advances towards the group stage.
And B4U, as they will be advancing. However, we saw improvement